Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto has harem with Ino and Temari. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by CaptainPrice and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1. All was quiet in the village of Konohagaku no Sato, but this night would become the night a legend was born. The fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, and his wife Kushina Uzumaki would have a child that would have the fate of the world on his shoulders. Minato stood with the retired third Hokage, and his teacher Jiraiya inside the Hokage's office. The silence between the two men was broken when Jiraiya spoke. Minato, you know it's coming and it won't show mercy, right? Asked Jiraiya. Minato was silent until he nodded. Yes, the scouts sent me a message that its arrival will be here within the next hour, Minato spoke. Minato, the third Hokage began. Minato looked up at Sarutobi. You don't plan to use that jutsu, do you? Asked Sarutobi. Minato was silent before he spoke. If it comes down to that as a last option, I won't have a choice now, will I? Minato said with a grimace. Jiraiya sighed, but Minato, if it comes to that you will have to seal it into a newborn because its chakra coils aren't fully grown. I know. I will have to use my son. I couldn't ask a family to just give me their child and use it as the vessel. Minato replied, leaning on his desk. I see what you're saying, but if you use that jutsu you will die. You won't be able to watch your son grow up into the Hokage like you want him to be, said Sarutobi. Minato frowned, and knew it was true. Minato was already stressed out as it was. First off, he was told his wife might not survive giving birth to his son. And last but not least was that the strongest tailed demon of the world was on its way to Konoha. Well, if worst is to happen, Sarutobi, I want you to watch over my son. And I want him to be seen as a hero if I have to seal the demon into him, said Minato, standing up. Sarutobi nodded. It would be wise to do so. The villagers may think of him as the demon itself instead of its jailer, Sarutobi said. Minato sighed heavily, but remembered something. Sarutobi, I want you to read my will if I die tonight. It will tell what I leave for my son and instructions on what will happen to him if the villagers treat him poorly, said Minato, pointing to his desk. Sarutobi nodded. I will do so, Minato, Sarutobi answered. Jiraiya put a hand on his student's shoulder. Minato looked up at him. Jiraiya smiled. Minato, should anything happen to you I will train Naruto when he comes of age. And since I'm his godfather I think I will keep an eye on him, Jiraiya said. Minato smiled at Jiraiya. Jiraiya, thank you. I always thought of you as a father I never had, Minato said, shaking Jiraiya's hand. And I always thought of you as my son, Minato, Jiraiya replied. At an outpost along the south side of the village wall stood two Umbu Black Ops watching for the demon. One had dirty blonde messy hair, blue eyes, white skin, and was wearing the standard uniform with a hawk mask. The second Umbu was the captain, aged 13, Itachi Uchiha. Itachi was no taller than his companion. He had long black hair which was tied into a ponytail, a tight face with a line on either side towards his nose. He was wearing a white robe with a cat mask on, his sword strapped to his back. The one beside him also had his sword tied to his back as well. Itachi, what do you think is going to happen when the demon comes? Asked the blonde. Itachi thought for a moment before he spoke. I don't know, Link, but I know that a lot of fellow shinobi will die tonight when it comes, replied Itachi. Yeah, no kidding, but if a lot of people die I hope we can still save the village, said Link. Itachi only nodded in agreement, but something caught his eye. Itachi lifted a pair of binoculars to his eyes. Well, I think we're going to be in one hell of a fight, Itachi said. Link looked at him puzzled. Itachi sighed at his young friend and placed his hand on Link's head. Itachi turned Link's head to the south and held the binoculars up to his eyes. Oh well, let's warn the Hokage, Link said. No, you will do it. I will get the Umbu rounded up and get the villagers to shelter. You go tell the Yondaime, said Itachi as he shined out of sight. I really need to learn to do that, Link muttered. Link hopped on the rooftops towards the Hokage tower. Minato heard a knock on the office door. Enter, said Sarutobi. The door opened to reveal an Umbu with a hawk mask standing in the door. Yes, Link, what is it? Asked Minato. Yondaime-sama, the demon is here, Link said, walking into the office. Minato put on a serious look. How far away is it? And is Itachi gathering up the Umbu? Asked Minato. About 7 miles away. And Itachi went to round up the Umbu, Link replied. Minato nodded. Good, I need you to get the shinobi of the village ready. And I want Itachi to have 3 squads of Umbu to get the villagers to shelter, Minato instructed. Copy that, Hokage-sama, Link said. Link vanished. That boy is an odd one. I'm surprised that he managed to keep his sanity for not having parents or friends, said Jiraiya. Sarutobi and Minato nodded in agreement. Well, I'm going to go check on Kushina. I'll be back soon, Minato said as he shined. Minato appeared outside the operating room. As he entered the room, he saw Kushina going into labor. "Ah, Hokage-sama," said a nurse. Minato wheeled round and came face to face with nurse. Minato let a grin cross his face, and he rubbed the back of his head. "Oh, hello," said Minato, inwardly punching himself for not knowing her name. The nurse blushed at the grin of the Hokage in front of her. Not that she would flirt with him because he's married, it has been known that a lot of fangirls would chase him in the past. "Can I help you, Hokage-sama?" asked the nurse. Yeah, I was wondering if I can go into the room to see my wife," Minato said, remembering why he was there in the first place. "Oh, of course, Hokage-sama. And call me Hitomi," Hitomi said. Minato nodded as Hitomi opened the door. Minato stepped in and walked over to his wife. Kushina looked up at Minato. "Hey honey," said Minato, sitting at her side. "Hey Minato," Kushina smiled. Kushina screamed in pain. Minato clasped her hand as she squeezed it hard. Minato began losing the feeling in his fingers as they turned purple. "Come on, honey. Push," Minato said with encouragement. Kushina screamed again as there came a new scream of a baby. "Oh, congratulations," Hitomi said, wrapping the baby in a blanket and bringing him over to Minato and Kushina. Minato now cradled his newly born son. "Hey little guy," said Minato, tickling his son's stomach. The baby giggled as it was tickled. Minato felt his son's hands wrap around his finger. "Whoa, you got a pretty strong grip there, buddy," Minato laughed. The baby gave another heart-warming giggle. Minato gently handed his son to Kushina. Kushina held onto her son as she cried with joy. "Oh, mama's little boy is so cute," Kushina said hoarsely. Minato chuckled as he wrapped his arm around his wife's shoulder and put his free hand on his son's forehead. Jiraiya poofed into the room and walked over to the pair of them. Jiraiya looked down at his godson. "Wow, Minato, he looks just like you, same hair, same eyes, same skin," Jiraiya said, patting Minato on the back. Minato grinned up at Jiraiya. "That means he's got Kushina's attitude," Minato chuckled. "Oh ha ha, very funny, Minato," Kushina grimaced. "How about you go see your godfather?" Kushina asked her son. Jiraiya took the boy out of her arms gently. "Oh, I can't wait to train you, little guy." Jiraiya beamed. "Jiraiya, if you make him a pervert, I swear I'll kill you," Kushina hissed. Jiraiya paled instantly and gulped. Don't worry, Kushina, I won't," said Jiraiya. Kushina began coughing badly. Blood trickled from her mouth a little. "Kushina!" Minato shouted. Hitomi rushed over and examined her. "Oh no, she's hemorrhaging," Hitomi said, running towards the door. "I need assistance now," Hitomi called down the hall. There came hurried footsteps, as a doctor and a nurse came in. The doctor ran over to Kushina and felt her pulse that was fading rapidly. The doctor frowned and stood up slowly. This was impossible to save. "I'm sorry, Kushina, we can't stop the bleeding. If we did, we would do more harm than good," the doctor said sadly. "Can't you at least try?" Minato asked with tears welling up in his eyes. "I'm sorry, Hokage-sama, if we did it would lower her heart rate," said the doctor. Minato felt tears fall down his face. There was an echoing rumble. The demon had arrived to the village. Minato cursed angrily. Kushina lifted a hand up to Minato's face and smiled at him. "It's okay, Minato. I will be waiting for you when your time comes," Kushina said as she coughed again. "Please make sure you don't have to use that jutsu unless it's necessary," Kushina pleaded. Minato nodded and knew that Kushina's final seconds were upon her. Kushina looked at her son after he was back in her arms. "I will be watching over you, Naruto," Kushina said with a tear falling from her eye. Minato took Naruto from her arms. He looked down at his wife. Minato leaned down and kissed Kushina one last time. Kushina stopped breathing and died with a smile. Minato now held his son in his arms as he cried for the loss of his mother. Jiraiya put his hand on Minato's shoulder. "Come on, let's go," Jiraiya said as he shunshined out of the room. Minato shunshined out of the room and appeared back in the Hokage's office. Sarutobi looked over at Minato, but frowned, seeing his face was full of grief and joy. "Sarutobi, please look out for Naruto for now. I'll be back," Minato said as he hopped out the window. Minato landed on the ground and bit his thumb hard enough to draw blood, summoning jutsu. Minato shouted. There was a large poof of smoke as a giant toad with a pipe and a katana at his side stood above the village. "Minato, why is it you have summoned me at this hour?" asked the toad. Minato hopped onto his head and pointed to the south end of the village. "That is why, Gamabunta," Minato said. Gamabunta looked in front and saw the nine-tailed demon fox, Kyubi no Kitsune, in front of him. "Minato, you do know that this demon can't die, right?" Gamabunta asked. Minato nodded. "Yeah, but we still need to try," Minato said. Gamabunta nodded and hopped toward the south wall of the village. Back at the south wall, the shinobi of the village were trying to their fullest extent to stop the demon from entering. Link and a couple of shinobi were throwing some kunai and shuriken, but none were piercing the body of the demon. That won't stop me, you stupid fools! Kyuubi shouted. Kyuubi swung its tail at an outpost that was holding 5 shinobi. The tower exploded, showering the area with wood and blood. We gotta get out of here! Shouted a frightened shinobi. No, we need to hold out long enough for Hokage-sama to arrive! Link shouted. Itachi appeared by Link. What's the situation so far? I just finished getting the villagers to safety, Itachi asked. Link pulled out a bow and arrow. Well, we have lots of damage done here, and we have about 30 casualties, Link replied, firing the arrow. I see. I will go and get the injured to cover, Itachi said as he vanished. Link fired another arrow, this time and hit the Kyuubi between the eyes. Yes, I got a hit, Link said in triumph. You little brat. Eat this, shouted Kyuubi. Kyuubi swiped at Link extremely fast. The wall Link was standing on with 5 other shinobi exploded. Link shot up into the air, with one thought on his mind before he flew into the ground from 300 feet. Oh shit! Was all Link managed to get out before landing on the ground and blacking out. Itachi came back to the wall where Link was earlier only to find it destroyed. Itachi's eyes widened in fear as he began looking around for his blonde friend. Link! Link! Itachi called out, running along the destroyed wall. After 3 minutes, Itachi found half of a hawk mask on the ground in front of him. Itachi looked around and found a body about 20 yards away. Link opened his eyes and found Itachi running towards him before he blacked out again. Link heard Itachi's voice when he reached him. I got you, buddy, hang on, Itachi said, shaking Link to wake him up. Link opened his eyes again, his vision blurry, and felt darkness cover his eyes. Link opened his eyes again and saw Itachi standing above him. Stay with me, Link. I need you to stay awake, Itachi yelled, slapping his face lightly. Hey! Where's that medic? Shouted Itachi. That was the last thing Link heard before he blacked out. The medics ran towards Itachi with a stretcher. Get him to the hospital now, Itachi barked. The medics put Link on the stretcher rather quick. Easy. Easy, Itachi said angrily. The medics ran out of sight. Just as they did, a whole block of houses exploded behind Itachi. Damn it! Shouted Itachi. The explosions engulfed Itachi as he was slammed into the remains of the south wall. Itachi felt his vision go blurry. He tried to walk but was stopped from all the pain in his ribs and his leg. Itachi heard himself breathing heavily as he limped to the park ahead of him. Itachi heard screams and a kid crying for help. Itachi looked around looking for the kid. He turned his head and saw another building 500 yards away collapse. The cry for help died away. Itachi continued limping to the park but fell on a pile of rubble. With the last of his strength, he looked around the area. The entire area his squad was to protect was destroyed, completely engulfed in flames. He felt angry that he failed to protect this part of the village, but was sad knowing his entire squad, excluding Link, who was badly injured, and himself were dead. Itachi's head fell to the ground. The last thing he saw was the Kyuubi slowly going into the village deeper before his vision went white. About 3 hours had passed since the Kyuubi entered the village. Minato had tried everything and every jutsu he learned on the demon, but to no avail. It looks like I don't have a choice, said Minato. Gamabunta, get us to my office quickly. I need to use that jutsu, Minato ordered. Gamabunta hopped into the air and landed at the Hokage's office. Minato stepped off Gamabunta and entered through the window to see Jiraiya and Sarutobi waiting for him. Minato looked up at them. I tried everything. Every jutsu I know, it hasn't made a dent in the Kyuubi, Minato said. Sarutobi and Jiraiya knew what had to be done. Minato looked like he went through hell and back. Minato's clothes were ripped and torn in places. He had minor cuts on his face, and some blood coming from his stomach. Minato, I'll look forward to taking care of Naruto in the future, said Sarutobi, handing Naruto to Minato. Naruto had a seal drawn on his stomach to where the Kyuubi would be trapped. Minato nodded and jumped onto Gamabunta. Alright, Gamabunta, let's finish this, Minato said strongly. Right, Gamabunta replied. Gamabunta landed in front of the Kyuubi. The demon laughed. Back for more? You can't even kill me, what do you plan to do? Asked Kyuubi. Minato glared at the Kyuubi. I'll do this, Minato shouted. Minato gently set Naruto down on Gamabunta's head and placed his hands together. Sealing. Reaper Death Seal, Minato shouted. Kyuubi's face, which held amusement, now turned to pure horror. What the hell? Shouted Kyuubi, being drawn into the air. Kyuubi turned into a sphere of red chakra. Damn you, Yondaime! Bellowed the Kyuubi. Kyuubi was absorbed into Naruto's stomach. Minato fell to his knees and smiled. Jiraiya and Sarutobi landed on top of Gamabunta's head. Minato, you did it, Jiraiya said, ruffling Minato's hair. Yeah, I did, Minato said. Minato fell on all fours and coughed out blood quickly. Minato looked over his son. I'm sorry, Naruto. It looks like I won't be able to watch you grow up to be Hokage. But your mother and I will be watching you from above. We will meet you again someday, and when it comes we can be a family again," Minato said, kissing his son's head. Minato let out a cry of pain and fell backwards, landing spread eagle. It was over, the Kyuubi was sealed into its jailer. But the greatest ninja of the world gave his life to save the village he loved. The Yondaime Hokage, Minato Namikaze, was dead. 6 years ago today marked the day Kyuubi came to destroy Konohagakure. Naruto Uzumaki, the jailer of the Kyuubi no Kitsune, was once again running from an angry mob. Naruto was always attacked on this day. He was always attacked and beaten by the villagers, because of the incident 7 years ago. But today was also Naruto's birthday. Normally a kid his age would be happy and celebrating their birthday with their family and friends. However, Naruto didn't have a family or friends. Naruto was alone. He was kicked out of the village orphanage at the age of 5. The reason because they hated him for holding the Kyuubi. And they also thought he was ready for the world. Naruto was at least grateful to have 2 people that cared for him. One was his academy sensei, Iruka Yumino. The second was the 3rd Hokage. They both had helped Naruto for the past 2 years. Naruto considered the Hokage like a grandfather, and he considered Iruka a brother. The Hokage had bought Naruto an apartment much to the landlord's dismay, and gave him a weekly allowance to buy food and pay rent. Naruto never had friends because the parents of the kids told him he was a demon and they should hate him as well. Naruto cried every time this happened. He didn't understand why he was hated by everyone, but he just masked his emotions. Naruto would always play pranks, try to make friends, just to be noticed by people. Naruto was running and was becoming short of breath until he felt a sharp pain in the back of his leg. Naruto fell to the ground with the mob behind him. Naruto looked to see what caused his pain and saw a kunai knife sticking out of his leg. Naruto tried to get back up and run, but the mob caught up to him and started beating him. Naruto felt multiple punches, kicks, weapons, and other things hit his body. Naruto had blood pouring out of his cuts, he was crying. But his crying only encouraged the villagers more. "Why? Why do you do this to me?" Naruto shouted as he cried. Naruto felt a kick hit him in his stomach, knocking the wind out of him. Naruto rolled onto his back and looked up at the crowd of villagers. All the villagers glared at him with nothing but hate and anger. One villager spoke up to answer Naruto's cry of despair. "You killed a lot of our shinobi, and you killed my son!" The villager shouted, punching Naruto in the middle of his back. Naruto coughed up more blood and kept taking more beatings from the villagers. "You killed my husband, you goddamn monster!" shouted a woman. The woman took a rock and threw it at Naruto. The rock grazed across Naruto's cheek. "Stop it! Please stop!" Naruto sobbed. Naruto had multiple beatings since he was kicked out of the orphanage. But this one was probably the worst one out of all of them. A couple of blocks away, a former Umbu walked down the street. The Umbu had dirty blonde hair, somewhat wavy and spiky. He had blue eyes, was about 6 feet tall, and carried a sword on his back. This man was Link. Link recovered from his injuries from the Kyuubi attack in less than a week. Itachi, on the other hand, took a month and a half to recover enough to be on the active roster again. Itachi's name still brought Link sadness and anger. Not more than a year ago, Itachi had killed the entire Uchiha clan, leaving only his brother alive for reasons unknown. Itachi had abandoned Konoha and has become an S-ranked missing nin. Link hoped to meet him again someday to try and bring him back home. That is why Link was going to quit being a shinobi and leave Konoha to become a missing nin. Link was about a block away from the Hokage's tower until he heard angry yelling. Link looked around the corner, and what he saw sickened him. Link looked at almost the entire village beating up the Kyuubi jailer. Link held no grudge against Naruto for holding the demon. In fact, he found it very brave to see a kid hold it inside him. Link had saved Naruto multiple times in the past, from small groups to full mobs of villagers from beatings. Link was disgusted and thought it was time to interfere with the disturbance. Link shined out of sight and appeared in front of Naruto, punching an attacking villager in the face. The villager was launched off his feet and fell back on other villagers, knocking them out with himself. Link unsheathed his blade and held it with his hand at the ready. Another villager attempted to stab Naruto with a kunai, but Link saw this and defended Naruto. Link parried the kunai to the ground and slashed his sword at the villager. The villager let out a cry of pain as 3 of his fingers fell to the ground in a pool of blood. Link kicked the man into the now growing crowd. "Damn it, this is getting bad," Link muttered angrily. Another villager attempted to attack Link to get to Naruto. Link dodged the man lazily and stabbed him in the leg. The man cried out in pain and fell to the ground screaming. There was a small crack as another Umbu member appeared by Link. "What's going on, Link?" asked the Umbu, punching a villager in the stomach. "The usual, they keep on trying to kill poor Naruto," Link replied, cutting off a shinobi's hand. Link did a roundhouse kick into the man's head, knocking him out. "Link, the Hokage is on his way now," the Umbu said, taking 2 fingers and poking a villager in the chest, knocking the wind out of him. How much longer? Link asked, irritated. About now. Sure enough, there was another crack as the third Hokage appeared. The look that the Hokage had on his angry face would have destroyed Konoha if looks could kill. What the hell is going on here? Shouted the now enraged Hokage. The violence stopped as the villagers saw the Hokage. One drunk villager walked out of the crowd and spoke. We are killing the damn demon brat. He is a monster that wants to kill us, the man slurred. The Hokage was now furious. He was about to knock out the man, but Link got there first. Needless to say, the man was killed quickly. Link had taken his sword to cut the man's throat open. The man fell to the ground, clutching his throat, gagging on his blood. You stupid demon lover! Killed the demon, you got a sword, finish him! Shouted another villager. I'll finish the demon right now, pay close attention everyone, said Link. Link moved so quick that even the Hokage didn't see it until it happened. Link had stabbed his sword into the man's stomach. Why? Asked the man. Link got down to eye level with the man. The only demon I see here. Are you fucking villagers for attacking this boy? Link shouted. Link then pulled out the sword from the man's stomach and cut his head off. The Hokage put a hand on Link's shoulder. The Umbu also came and prepared for orders. Link, as much as I love seeing how you protect Naruto, I don't think you need to kill anyone, said the Hokage calmly. The Umbu lifted his mask. The man had gray hair sticking up at an odd angle, a mask covering his nose and down, with his Hittite slanting over his left eye. Well, Link, seems you still have a lot of your Umbu skills, said the Umbu. Link smirked. Hey Kakashi, good to see you too. What took you so long to get here? Link asked. Oh, I got lost on the road of life, Kakashi said, giving his eye smile. Link and Sarutobi's sweat dropped at this. Yup, typical Kakashi. Alright, now all of you villagers shall be punished for this, shouted Sarutobi. Many villagers began to scatter. Sarutobi snapped his fingers, summoning 2 elite jounin, and about 50 Umbu. The 2 jounin were Marino Ibiki and Mitarashi Anko. Umbu, go catch any villagers and take them to the torture chambers, Sarutobi ordered. The Umbu scattered in different directions after the numerous villagers. Anko, Ibiki, go get the torture chambers ready and lock them up in the prison cells. Anko gave an insane smile. Oh, I'm going to have some fun today, Anko said with glee. Ibiki and Anko shined away to prepare the chambers. Kakashi, Link, and Sarutobi picked up Naruto and shined to the Hokage's office. Link, Kakashi, and Sarutobi entered the Hokage's office with a badly injured Naruto. They set Naruto down gently on the leather couch near the window. Sarutobi sighed and covered his face with his hand. Kakashi opened one of his Ika books and began reading. Link walked up to the front of Sarutobi's desk. Link took a deep breath, hoping that this wouldn't get ugly. Hokage-sama, I wanted to talk to you, said Link firmly. Yes, Link, what can I help you with? Asked Sarutobi. Link bit his lip and began thinking on how to choose his words. Hokage-sama, I was hoping that I can quit being a Konoha shinobi and leave the village as a missing nin. Needless to say, Sarutobi wasn't concerned would be a lie. Why would you want to leave the village, Link? I want to be able to live a free life and bring back Itachi. There was a pregnant pause before Sarutobi spoke. Link, where do you plan to go? You don't have any family or friends outside of the village, Sarutobi said, sitting down at his desk. Yeah, I know that. But I learned that my parents used to live in a country far away from here, Link replied, scratching his head. Sarutobi folded his hands over his mouth and looked at Link. He knew that Link wanted to find out who his parents were ever since he was a boy. Sarutobi smiled under his hands. He glanced at the corner where Naruto now lay, healing rapidly due to the Kyuubi's power. Sarutobi decided to grant Link missing nin status, but had a condition for him he might like. Okay, Link, I'll grant your request. On one condition, Sarutobi said, pulling out a stamp. And pray tell, might that be? Asked Link, not sure of what might happen. I want you to take Naruto with you. I want you to train him and have him come back when he's 12 to take the genin exam. Link pondered on the thought of having Naruto under his supervision. Link agreed to take Naruto with him for the time being. Naruto awoke and glanced at his surroundings. He sat up and realized he was in the Hokage's office. Naruto wondered what he was doing here until the memory came back. He was being chased and beaten by the villagers. Naruto decided to speak out. Hello? Old man, you here? Naruto asked, standing off the couch. Oh, Naruto-kun, you're up, Sarutobi said. Yeah, so what should I do now? Sarutobi blinked and smiled. He knew Naruto would be happy about being trained by Link. Well, I think you better sit down. We don't have much time to do this either. What? Just sit down, Naruto, and I'll tell you. Naruto sat down in front of Sarutobi's desk. The next 10 minutes went by quickly. Sarutobi told Naruto that he was going to leave the village with a former shinobi named Link and come back on his 12th birthday. So when do I leave, old man? Naruto asked, bouncing up and down. Link will be here with your stuff soon. In the meantime, why not get something to drink? Sarutobi replied with a smile. No time, Hokage-sama, we gotta go now, said a voice. The pair of them turned around and saw Link standing there in front of them. Whoa! Where did you come from? Asked Naruto in awe. Link smiled down at his apprentice. I'll tell you on the way to our destination, Naruto, said Link, ruffling Naruto's hair. Sarutobi looked at the two of them. Alright, Link, you know what the plan is, right? Asked Sarutobi, standing up. Link nodded. Yeah, I do, Link replied. Sarutobi smiled. Okay, be safe, you two. And Naruto, don't do anything to upset Link, Sarutobi called out to them. Link shot a grimace at Sarutobi as they exited the gate. Thoughts and flashbacks. 6 years have come and gone, and today was October 10th. Naruto, Uzumaki, and Link were less than 500 yards away from the gate. Link stopped. Naruto turned around to face Link. Naruto had grown a lot in 6 years. He stood around 5'5". He lost some of his baby fat, making him look like a young man. He also had gone through a wardrobe change. Much to Link's distaste, Naruto wore an orange jumpsuit. Link has tried to tell Naruto to change, but he wouldn't do it. Even though Link told him that jumpsuit screamed, "I want to be killed," and wasn't a good idea for a ninja to wear one. Naruto now carried a 4-foot-long one-handed sword on his back, just like Link. Naruto looked up at Link. Link-sensei, are you coming? Asked Naruto. Link looked down at Naruto and smiled at him. I'm sorry, Naruto, but this is where you and I part ways, Link said sadly, putting his hand on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto frowned. Why can't you come back to the village? Naruto asked. Link frowned and squatted down to eye level with Naruto. I'm a missing mean Naruto. If I'm caught by any shinobi, I'll be killed, said Link. Naruto nodded and turned around. Well, I guess this is goodbye, huh? Asked Naruto over his shoulder. Link smiled. No, we'll meet again one day, Naruto, I can feel it, replied Link. Naruto smirked. Trusting your feelings again, Link? Asked Naruto. Link rolled his eyes and laughed. He pulled out a package and threw it at Naruto. Naruto caught it and looked up at Link. Happy birthday, Naruto, Link called. Naruto felt tears of joy fill his eyes, but he blinked quickly and they vanished. He hadn't cried in years and he wasn't going to anymore. Oh, and Naruto! Link shouted. Naruto wheeled round and saw Link cup his mouth so he can hear him. Remember that your cousin Ike is still taboo around here. Don't tell anyone that you're related to him, and that he trained you, Link called. Naruto smiled and nodded. He waved his hand at Link as a final goodbye. Link waved back, and then he was gone, sunshine back home. Naruto opened the package that Link gave him and smiled. Naruto pulled out a long pointed black hat which resembled Link's but just black instead of green. Naruto put the hat on over his head. It covered the hair on the back of his head up to the top. 2 inches of Naruto's bangs were sticking out the front of it, covering his forehead, and blew in the wind. Naruto walked toward the village gate and entered Konoha for the first time in 6 years. Naruto began to make his way to the Hokage's tower. He finally arrived at the Hokage's office minutes later and entered the room. Naruto closed the door behind him and walked up to Sarutobi, who hadn't noticed him come in. It's been a long time, huh, old man? Naruto asked, grinning. Sarutobi looked up and his eyes widened. Wow, you look so much like Link, it's not even funny, said Sarutobi with a chuckle. Naruto laughed. Yeah, I know, but he says that I won't get anywhere with the jumpsuit, Naruto replied, sitting down in the chair. Sarutobi laughed and sat down. So Naruto, you do know what you need to do, right? Asked Sarutobi. Naruto nodded. Yeah, I need to take the Genin exams this year, Naruto muttered. Sarutobi frowned at Naruto's voice. Hey, don't worry about it, you failed the first 2 times. 3rd time's the charm, Naruto-kun. Sarutobi spoke with comfort. Naruto flashed his foxy grin. Yeah, you're right, old man, I will pass this time, Naruto yelled in triumph. Oh, and where is the test taking place? Inside the academy? Asked Naruto. In room 205, Naruto. You had better hurry, you don't want to be late, Sarutobi called as Naruto jumped out of the window. Naruto hopped from roof to roof towards the academy. Naruto smirked. I was planning to show them what I'm made of. But it would be best if I hide my true strength for now. Naruto landed in front of the academy doors and walked inside. Naruto walked up the first flight of stairs and turned a corner to room 205. Naruto walked towards the door and knocked 3 times. Iruka Yumino was trying to calm down an energetic group of kids. Iruka sighed heavily. Seems that we have a confident group of test takers, huh, Mizuki? Iruka asked. Mizuki, a chunin like Iruka, chuckled. Mizuki was a little shifty. He had messy mop white hair, he was a power maniac, and he was planning to steal a scroll from the Hokage, but he would need help. It would seem so, Iruka, Mizuki replied. The class settled down. Iruka sighed in relief. There came 3 knocks on the class door. Iruka looked up to the door. That must be Naruto, Iruka thought. Come in, Iruka called. Naruto opened the door after the clearance and entered the classroom. Naruto took a look around. Everyone he knew was here. Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, Ino Yamanaka, Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka, Choji Akimichi, Shikamaru Nara, and Shino Aburame. All of them were staring at Naruto. Some had raised eyebrows, some other girls in the class had hearts in their eyes. Naruto's sweat dropped. Iruka-sensei, where should I sit? Naruto asked, walking down the stairs. Hinata Hyuga, who has a monster crush on Naruto, blushed and pressed her fingers together. Just sit over there, Naruto, Iruka indicated to an empty spot in front of Sasuke. Naruto's eye twitched. You've got to be fucking kidding me, Naruto muttered. Naruto let his anger subside and walked to his seat. Naruto counted the seconds in his head until Sasuke would ask the question. 3, 2, 1, Naruto whispered. Hey Dobe. Where did you get that sword? Asked Sasuke. None of your fucking business, team, Naruto replied. Iruka stepped in before Sasuke could talk. That's enough, you two. Let's get this exam on the go, Iruka yelled. Naruto and his class lined up by one another and waited for their turn. Okay, first up, Uchiha Sasuke, Iruka addressed. Sasuke walked up to the front of the room and smirked triumphantly. The Sasuke fan club of girls were cheering and squealing. Naruto rolled his eyes and turned his attention back in front of him. Sasuke, please create a standard bunshin, Iruka instructed. Sasuke made a hand sign and made a perfect bunshin of himself. Congratulations, you pass. Uchiha Sasuke, I now pronounce you a genin of Konoha, Iruka said. The Sasuke fan club cheered. The two number 1 fangirls of the club, Ino and Sakura, screamed in joy. Sasuke ignored them as usual, picked up his headband and walked back to his seat. The list went on. Sakura and Ino both passed and squealed in delight. Finally, the only one that was left was Naruto. Oh shit, Naruto muttered. Just like the last 2 exams, I have the same freaking task. Naruto walked up to the front of the class. Okay, Naruto, please make a standard bunshin, Iruka said, hoping Naruto would pass this time. Naruto gulped and made a hand sign. There was a crack of smoke and a clone of Naruto was lying on the ground. The clone looked like it was vomited up by a dog. Naruto, frustrated, unsheathed his sword and jumped in the air. Naruto gave a battle cry and landed on his clone, stabbing it in the back, causing it to dispel. Iruka was disturbed at what he saw but let it slide. Naruto, you fail, Iruka said. I know, Naruto roared in anger. Mizuki looked at Naruto with interest. This kid has the potential, he can get that scroll for me, Mizuki thought. Oh come on, Iruka, let him pass. He did manage to create a bunshin, Mizuki said. Naruto had a look of hope on his face. Iruka sighed. No. He failed, his bunshin wasn't functional, Iruka said, rubbing his temples. Naruto sheathed his sword and walked out of the class. Later that afternoon, Naruto was sitting on top of the academy looking over the village. Hello, Naruto, came a voice. Naruto cocked his head back and saw Mizuki behind him. Mizuki-sensei? What are you doing here? Asked Naruto, surprised. Mizuki smiled at him. How would you like to take the second part of the genin exam? Mizuki asked. I would love to try again, Naruto said eagerly. Mizuki grinned. Good, come over here so I can tell you what to do, Mizuki said, beckoning him over. Later that evening, Naruto sat in the forest outside of Konoha with the scroll Mizuki told him to find. Naruto was looking at the bunshin jutsu inside and was exhausted for doing the technique over and over again. Naruto fell to the forest floor with a grin. Finally. After all these years, I finally mastered the bunshin, Naruto cheered. There came a noise in the trees. Naruto looked up and saw Iruka staring at him. Out a little late, aren't we, Naruto? Iruka smirked heavily. Not really, I was just training and I finally mastered the bunshin, Naruto spoke, standing up. You what? Iruka asked, shocked. Naruto picked up the giant scroll off the ground and smiled. Yeah, Mizuki-sensei said if I give him the scroll I can pass the exam, Naruto said, completely oblivious of what he did. Iruka sensed multiple weapons being thrown at Naruto. Iruka jumped just in time and shielded him from harm. Iruka, stand aside so I can get that scroll, Mizuki shouted. No! I won't let it fall into your hands, Iruka shouted back. Mizuki smirked and clutched the giant shuriken that strapped to his back. What's going on? Naruto asked, confused. Naruto, hand me the scroll and you pass, Mizuki said. No! Naruto, don't let him have it, Iruka shouted. Naruto clutched his head, trying to focus. Mizuki smirked as he thought of a way to distract Naruto to dispose of him and take the scroll. Tell me, Naruto, have you ever wondered why the villagers would beat and shun you? Asked Mizuki, smirking heavily. Naruto's eyes widened as he looked up at Mizuki. No, Mizuki. It will crush him, Iruka shouted. Mizuki laughed maniacally. The true reason why everyone hates you, even Iruka, because Mizuki trailed off. Naruto, not knowing what was about to happen, felt a bad feeling sink into him. No! Don't! Yelled Iruka. Mizuki said one last thing that sent Naruto into complete shock. You are the Kyuubi! The nine-tailed fox! Mizuki bellowed. Naruto felt his world slow down. He staggered back and fell to the forest floor. Naruto sat there with a petrified look on his face. So if I kill you, I can be seen as a hero. Die, Naruto! Shouted Mizuki, throwing the giant shuriken. Naruto, get down! Roared Iruka. Naruto didn't hear Iruka speak, he just sat there as the shuriken neared him. Iruka jumped in front of Naruto, his back facing the shuriken. Iruka grunted with pain as he felt the shuriken stick in his back. Naruto looked up at Iruka, shocked. Why? Asked Naruto, tears forming in his eyes. I'm sorry, Naruto. The loneliness was unbearable, wasn't it? Iruka said, shaking. Naruto backed up and ran with the scroll deeper into the forest. Naruto was running as hard as he could to get as far away as possible. Naruto, wait! Shouted Iruka. Ha! Now I can get the scroll, said Mizuki, running after Naruto. Iruka tried to stand but fell to his knees, the shuriken in his back was still in him. Naruto was leaping from tree to tree until he heard someone coming up behind him. Naruto turned and saw Iruka behind him. Naruto, hand me the scroll so Mizuki can't get it, Iruka said quickly. Naruto narrowed his eyes, he jumped towards Iruka and thrusted a kick into his stomach. Iruka was launched off his feet and slammed into the bottom of the tree. What the hell are you doing? Mizuki is coming, we don't have much time, shouted Iruka. Naruto laughed, a cold laugh that made Iruka shake. You're not Iruka-sensei. He is over there, said Naruto, pointing to a stump. There was a loud crack as the stump disappeared to reveal Iruka. Nice try, Mizuki, Iruka smirked. Mizuki dispelled the henge and stood up. I can't have you interfering anymore. Die! Shouted Mizuki, charging at Iruka with the giant shuriken. Iruka was out of chakra and couldn't move. So this is it? Iruka asked himself. Mizuki was within near feet of Iruka before he felt a knee into the face. Mizuki went sliding across the floor and glared at Naruto. Naruto had his canines bared and he was glaring at Mizuki with hate. Don't you ever touch Iruka-sensei. Or I'll kill you! Naruto growled angrily. You idiot! Run, get out of here! Iruka shouted. Not an option. Besides, I need to kick his ass for making a fool out of me, Naruto said with a smirk. I'll make this quick and kill you. You don't have a chance, Mizuki mocked. Bring it on, you, whatever you throw at me I'll throw back times 1,000, Naruto roared. Naruto made a hand sign, Kagebunshin no Jutsu, shouted Naruto. There was an echoing boom as over 1,000 clones of Naruto appeared, cracking their knuckles. The night was filled with Mizuki's screams and flesh hitting flesh. 6 hours later the sun had come up, a bloody Mizuki lay knocked out on the ground and an exhausted Naruto. Iruka sat mouth agape. Amazing. Not only did he produce all those shadow clones, but they were made out of flesh and blood. Iruka whispered to himself. Naruto turned around to see Iruka with a smile on his face. Naruto walked over to Iruka. His head was looking at the ground. He wouldn't dare make eye contact with Iruka, knowing how angry he must be at him. Naruto, come here, I got a surprise for you, Iruka said, sitting upright. Naruto gulped and trotted over to Iruka and stopped in front of him. What is it, Iruka-sensei? Asked Naruto, wondering what his punishment would be. Close your eyes, Naruto. Don't open them until I say so, Iruka instructed. Naruto nodded and closed his eyes. Iruka pulled off his headband, tiptoed behind Naruto, and quickly tied the headband around his head. Iruka walked in front of Naruto and cleared his throat. Okay. Now you can open your eyes, Naruto, Iruka said. Naruto opened his eyes and noticed Iruka's headband was gone. But what shocked him the most was that he was grinning at Naruto happily. Congratulations, Naruto. You pass, Iruka spoke, breaking the silence. Time seemed to stop as Naruto heard Iruka say, you pass. He slowly came back to reality. Why don't we go get some ramen to celebrate? Iruka asked. Naruto remained silent until he lunged at Iruka and hugged him. Alright. Ramen! Naruto shouted in glee. The pair of them laughed as they turned towards the village. The sun was rising and the Umbu were taking Mizuki to prison. Life was good for Naruto Uzumaki that day. 3 days after Naruto graduated, Naruto had met the Hokage's grandson, Konohamaru. Konohamaru was a lot like Naruto. He too wanted to become Hokage someday. Naruto awoke as sunlight shimmered through his window. He lazily opened his eyes and sat up on the bed. Better get ready, Naruto said tiredly. He lazily went to the bathroom and began to take a shower. The cold water woke him up instantly. Naruto came out moments later and began to brush his teeth and wash his face. After he finished, he got dressed in his usual attire. Naruto put on his orange jumpsuit, his headband, his black hat, and his sword. He walked out of his apartment and headed for the academy. Naruto arrived at the academy 10 minutes later. He slowly made his way up to room 205 and wondered how his classmates would react seeing him there. Naruto smirked at seeing the faces of the rookie 9 in his mind. He opened the door and entered the classroom. Naruto walked down to where Sasuke sat and sat by him. Sasuke looked over at him and raised an eyebrow. "What's the dope doing in here? I am sure he failed the test," Sasuke muttered. Naruto was looking around at the rookie 9 and noticed 2 of them weren't there. Ino Yamanaka and Sakura Haruno hadn't arrived yet. That's weird. Normally Sakura-chan and Ino would be here sitting by Sasuke now, Naruto said to himself. Shikamaru walked over and noticed Naruto sitting by Sasuke. "Hey Naruto, what are you doing here? You're not a ninja," Shikamaru smirked. Naruto smirked at Shikamaru, making him very afraid of the smirk. "Can't you see the headband?" Naruto indicated to his headband. Shikamaru shrugged it off and walked away. Naruto chuckled as he waited for the class to start. The door to the classroom flew open as Ino and Sakura were both caught in the doorway trying to get inside. "Yes. I win, Ino pig!" Sakura shouted. "No! I won, billboard brow!" Ino yelled back. Sakura turned towards Sasuke and Naruto. Naruto blushed and looked away. Sakura ran over to them and Naruto stood up. "Mornin', Sakura-chan," Naruto greeted. "Get out of my way!" Sakura spoke angrily, pushing Naruto aside. Sakura blushed as she looked at the raven-haired Uchiha. "Sasuke-kun, can I sit here please?" Sakura asked sweetly. "No," Sasuke bitterly replied. Apparently the girl ignored the answer and sat down by him anyway. Naruto sat by Sakura just as the class began. Iruka walked into the classroom holding a list with him. "Good morning, everyone," Iruka greeted. Everyone stayed silent at the greeting. Iruka's sweat dropped. Why do these kids hate me? Iruka asked himself. "I will now announce the teams and their jounin instructors," Iruka announced. This caught everyone's attention, mainly the girls wanting to be on the same team as Sasuke. Iruka went through the first 6 teams until it came to Team 7. Team 7 includes Naruto Uzumaki. Iruka began. Naruto perked his head up. Sakura Haruno. Naruto cheered as Sakura groaned. And Uchiha Sasuke. Iruka concluded. Naruto sat down in his seat in misery, while Sakura jumped with joy. Sakura was getting hateful glares from all the girls in the class. "Your jounin sensei is Hatake Kakashi," Iruka finished. "You've got to be fucking kidding me," Naruto roared. Iruka was slightly taken aback. "Is there a problem, Naruto?" Iruka asked calmly. "No, I'm bursting with joy." "Of course there's a problem," Naruto shouted. Iruka's sweat dropped. "Can I have a nice peaceful day?" he asked himself. "Why the hell am I paired with Sasuke? I'm twice the shinobi he is," Naruto stated. "Shut up, Baka!" Sakura yelled, punching down on Naruto's head. "Oh. Damn it!" Naruto said painfully. Sakura hit him again. "What was that for, Sakura-chan?" asked Naruto. "That was for swearing, Baka." "Shut up!" Iruka yelled over the pair of them. And to add to Naruto's answer, the Hokage decided to put the Rookie of the Year, which is Sasuke, on the same team as the dead last, which is you, Naruto. Iruka continued with the teams. Team 8 consisted of Hinata, Kiba, and Shino. There was already a Team 9, so that one isn't available. And Team 10 was Shikamaru, Ino, and Chuji. "You are to wait here until your jounin sensei comes to collect you. See you later," Iruka called as he shined out of the room. A couple minutes passed, then the door opened, revealing a woman with red wine eyes, long raven hair, and a white one-piece outfit. "I am Yahi Kurenai. I am here for Team 8," Kurenai spoke. Team 8 exited the room with their sensei. A couple minutes later, a man with Konohamaru's hairstyle and color walked in. The man had a cigarette in his mouth. "Team 10, come with me," the man spoke. Team 10 followed suit. Team 7 sat there waiting for their sensei. Naruto was getting impatient. He was hoping their sensei would be here by now. But no, they had Hatake Kakashi, who was always 3 hours late. Naruto decided it was time for punishment when Kakashi arrived. "That's it. I'm going to get even with this guy for making us wait," Naruto said. Naruto picked up a dusty eraser and dragged a chair over to the door. He opened the door enough so the eraser would fit perfectly until the door opened, causing it to fall. "Baka! Be more mature like Sasuke-kun," Sakura yelled angrily. However, her inner personality kicked in. "Cha! This is going to be sweet," yelled inner Sakura. "Dobe. A jounin is too skilled," There is no way he will walk into a trap that easily, Sasuke spoke. Yeah, Sakura agreed. Naruto dragged the chair back over to the desk and walked over to the window. He pulled out his iPod and put on some music. Another hour went by. Sakura was getting more impatient. Sasuke had his eyes closed, his hands folded under his chin, and Naruto sat against the wall sleeping to his music. After a few minutes, the door opened. The door revealed a masked, Cyclopes shinobi with gray hair sticking up at an odd angle with a half-open right eye. Naruto turned off his iPod and looked at the doorway and smirked as the eraser fell onto Kakashi's head. Sasuke raised an eyebrow. This guy is seriously a jounin. He walked right into the Dobe's traps, Sasuke thought. Cha! He got nailed! Yelled inner Sakura. Naruto laughed. Ha! Got you, sensei! He shouted. I'm sorry, sensei. I tried to stop Naruto Baka, but he didn't listen, Sakura spoke. Kakashi glanced at his squad and placed a hand on his chin into a thinking pose. He smiled and thought to himself. My first impression of you three is, I hate you, Kakashi spoke. The group deadpanned as he said that. Meet me on the roof, Kakashi spoke, shining away. Come on, Naruto Baka, Sakura began but saw that Naruto was gone. Sasuke and Sakura looked for their fellow team member, but he was not in sight. How did he move so quickly? Sasuke asked himself. Sasuke and Sakura arrived on the roof a few minutes later to see Kakashi and Naruto waiting for them. Dobe, how did you get up here so quickly? Sasuke asked. The window, you idiot, Naruto replied. Baka! Don't talk to Sasuke-kun that way! Sakura yelled. Settle down! Kakashi spoke. Sit, Kakashi pointed to the bench in front of him. The team sat down at the bench in front of their sensei. Okay. Why don't we introduce ourselves? Kakashi asked. How should we do this? Why don't you go first to show us how? Sakura asked. Kakashi sighed. Such as likes, dislikes, name, things like that, Kakashi said. My name is Hataki Kakashi, my likes are none of your concern, my dislikes I don't want to say, my dream I don't feel like telling you, Kakashi concluded. All three Genin's sweat dropped. All we learned was his name, they all thought to themselves. Alright, we'll start with you, Pinky, Kakashi pointed at Sakura. Sakura frowned at the name Pinky but spoke. My name is Haruno Sakura. My likes are, she began looking at Sasuke and giggled. My hobbies are, she glanced at Sasuke again and giggled louder. And my dream is, she looked at Sasuke and squealed. My dislikes are Naruto Baka, and Ino Pig, shouted Sakura. Kakashi's sweat dropped at the pink-haired girl. Great a fangirl, Kakashi thought to himself. Okay, you, brooding one, Kakashi pointed at Sasuke. Sasuke's eye twitched at his sensei's nickname but shrugged it off. My name is Uchiha Sasuke. I have many dislikes, I don't have many likes, and my dream. No. Ambition is to kill a certain man, Sasuke concluded. Amo Naruto smirked inwardly. Kakashi nodded and turned his attention onto Naruto. Alright, Sunshine, your turn, Kakashi pointed at Naruto. Naruto died a bit inside when Kakashi said that. It came out completely wrong. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I like ramen. I hate the 3 minutes it takes to cook ramen. I like training, listening to my iPod, playing guitar, and training with my sword. And my dream is to become Hokage. Naruto concluded. Kakashi looked at Naruto in amusement. The other two teammates did the same thing. Okay, so I got a fangirl, an avenger, and a ramen lover. Great! Kakashi thought sarcastically. Kakashi stood up and cleared his throat. Tomorrow, I want you guys to meet me at 7 o'clock at Training Ground 7 for survival training, Kakashi spoke. But we took survival training in the academy. Why do we need to do it now? Asked Sakura. It's to separate the wannabes and real shinobi. This test has a 66% failure chance, Kakashi relied. Sakura looked like she had seen a ghost. Naruto and Sasuke smirked, itching to try out their skills. Kakashi began to walk away, but he turned around. One more thing. Don't eat breakfast tomorrow unless you want to barf. Later, Kakashi called over his shoulder. I'm going to eat something for breakfast tomorrow. You two should as well, Naruto said to the pair of them. Dobe, we can't eat unless we want to barf, so I'm not eating, Sasuke stated. Honestly, Naruto, you are an idiot. Didn't you hear sensei? Sakura said, trying to gain Sasuke's favor. You guys really should eat some, Naruto continued, but Sakura and Sasuke walked away. Sasuke-kun, do you want to go out with me? Sakura asked hopefully. No. You're annoying, Sasuke said as he leapt off the building and out of sight. Naruto Baka. Look what you did! Sakura said angrily, only to see Naruto using a grappling weapon to swing over the houses and out of sight. Sakura walked home and began to think of how to get Sasuke to go out with her. Naruto awoke and looked at the time. The clock read 6:55 a.m., Naruto smirked. He already knew of his teacher's 3-hour tardiness. He rolled over and fell asleep again. However, Naruto's dream wasn't pleasant. His dream was a nightmare. He dreamed of an evil force taking control of the world. Naruto knew this man. He and Link encountered the man to save Hyrule. The man had goblin green skin, fire red hair and beard, orange eyes, and a god-white sword concealed inside a staff. The man's name was Ganondorf. Although Naruto and Link defeated him, what Ganondorf said before he died was still stuck in his mind. Flashback. Ganondorf was standing with the Master Sword impaled through his chest. He was wheezing as he struggled to talk. "Do not think this ends here," Ganondorf shouted. He winced as the blade went deeper into his chest. "The history of light and shadow will be written in blood," he roared. Flashback end. Naruto was standing in a field. It was storming fiercely. There came a snort behind him. Naruto turned around and thunder boomed. Lightning flashed from the sky, as Naruto looked to see a horse with menacing red eyes, but that's not what made him lose his cool. Upon the horse sat Ganondorf, looking at him with an evil smile on his face. "What the hell? How are you alive?" Naruto asked, stumbling back. Ganondorf only smirked and raised his hand. A ball of lightning appeared in his hand. The ball shot at Naruto and hit him square in the chest. Naruto bolted upright from his bed, sweating slightly. He was breathing heavily like he just ran the mile. Naruto glanced at his clock. It was now 9:30. He cursed and got dressed quickly. Naruto strapped his sword to his back, put on his black hat, his headband used as a strap to hold the sword sheath. He walked to his fridge and drank some milk while taking a bowl of cereal. Naruto ate and began to pack some apples in his side pouch for lunch. He bolted out of his apartment and ran to the training grounds. Naruto arrived to see his two teammates looking at him angrily. "Baka! You're late!" Sakura yelled. "Dobe, what the hell are you late for?" Sasuke smirked. "I'm not late," Naruto spoke calmly. "Kakashi-sensei is always 3 hours late. He will be here in 3, 2, 1, Naruto continued. Just then there was a pop as Kakashi appeared. "Yo!" Kakashi greeted with a wave. "You're late!" Sakura screamed. "Sorry, I got lost on the road of life," Kakashi replied. "Liar!" Sakura shouted. Kakashi beckoned for the three of them to follow him. As the four of them came to a halt at the training ground, Kakashi turned to face them. "Alright, I will now issue your test," Kakashi spoke. The three genin paid attention as he pulled out 2 silver bells. The three of them looked at the bells, then back at their sensei. "Your test will be to get these bells from me," Kakashi said to the three of them. "But sensei, there are only 2 bells," Sakura said. Kakashi smiled at them. "Yes. Your goal is to take a bell from me. The one who doesn't get the bell is sent back to the academy," Kakashi said, enjoying the looks on the genins' faces. "I want you 3 to come at me with the intent to kill," Kakashi addressed. Naruto ran at Kakashi, knife in hand. Kakashi easily sidestepped him and grabbed the hand that held the knife to face the back of his head. "Hang on a second, Sparky. I didn't say go," Kakashi smiled under his mask. "I think I'm beginning to like you 3, Kakashi said, smiling. The 3 genin smiled, and Sasuke's case smirked. "I'll give you a quick piece of advice. Look underneath the underneath," and with that he released Naruto. "Alright. Go," Kakashi said. Sakura and Sasuke took off to hide. Naruto, however, stayed put looking at Kakashi. "Alright. Now it's time for me to show you what I got," Naruto said triumphantly. "You know, besides the other 2. You're a little weird," Kakashi said, sweat dropping. Naruto knew the test was about teamwork because there is no way a genin can take down a jounin by themselves. But he decided to play along to see if he can find a weakness and have his teammates help him. Naruto saw Kakashi pull out an orange book. He knew that book was a perverted book which was practically all porn. Naruto knew Kakashi was trying to throw him off his guard, so he decided to spring the trap. Naruto gave a battle cry as he cocked back his arm as he ran at Kakashi. He threw the punch at Kakashi's head, who easily blocked it with his hand while reading his book. He continued to throw easy kicks and punches, only have them intercepted by Kakashi. Kakashi suddenly dropped behind Naruto's punch and was behind Naruto. "Never turn your back on your enemy, Naruto," Kakashi said, making a tiger hand sign. "Naruto! Get out of there, he's going to kill you!" Sakura yelled. Too late. Kakashi brought up the tiger seal and stuck them into Naruto's butt. Naruto's face faltered as that happened. Suddenly Naruto was blasted off into the air and falling into the pond. "What the hell was that?" Sasuke asked, twitching. "What the hell? It looked like he just shoved something up Naruto's ass," Sakura said, disgusted. Meanwhile, Naruto was sinking to the bottom of the pond. "Okay, I know he uses techniques when we drop our guard," Naruto thought. "Then if I use my clones, I think I can steal a bell when he's focused on them," he thought. "Yeah. That seems the best way to do it." Naruto made the cage bunchen seal as 5 clones of himself appeared underwater. Naruto sent one of his clones to the surface to distract Kakashi as he hid behind some of water plants on the surface. You know, Naruto, you are easy to beat, Kakashi teased, turning a page in his book. Duh. I know that. But why did you do something so disturbing? Naruto's clone shouted. Naruto slowly crawled out of the pond and hid behind a nearby bush. He made his way all the way around while his clone distracted Kakashi. Naruto crept behind Kakashi and began to time his attack. Naruto, you should know to never let your guard down fighting an opponent, Kakashi lectured. Kakashi looked at Naruto and saw him smirk. And I told you not to underestimate me, Naruto growled. Just as his clone said that, the real Naruto jumped onto Kakashi's back, wrapping his arms under his armpits so he couldn't use his arms. I thought you said to never turn your back, Sensei, Naruto said as Kakashi's eye widened in surprise. What the? Kakashi said, surprised. Suddenly 4 more of Naruto's clones shot out from the pond to immobilize his arms and legs so he couldn't fight. This is payback for what you did to my ass, Naruto's clone shouted as it flew at him with a punch. On the sidelines, Naruto's teammates looked at the scene slack-jawed. No way. Those aren't normal clones. They're made of his own flesh and blood, Sasuke said, looking at the blonde's technique. Wow. The baka caught him off guard, Sakura thought as Naruto was taking Kakashi head-on. Naruto snatched a bell with his hand and ripped it from Kakashi's belt. He used a quick henge on an anchovy to seem like he didn't get the bell. Kakashi used a substitution jutsu as Naruto's clone punched Naruto in the face. His clones dispelled shortly after the punch. Naruto smirked as he took out his sword in his right hand and his knife in his left. Oh, come on, Kakashi-sensei, let's play some more, Naruto teased. Kakashi sat there in the tree evaluating Naruto's attack. Kakashi didn't realize a bell was taken and replaced with a henged anchovy. Kakashi smirked and decided to humor him. Kakashi appeared in front of Naruto, kunai in hand, and charged at him. Kakashi made another clone to hide so he can use kawarimi in case he got tricked again. Naruto brought up his knife and grinded it against Kakashi's kunai. They rushed each other again, and their blades clashed as they made contact. Kakashi was surprised. Naruto's kenjutsu was really high for someone his age. Kakashi and Naruto skidded away from each other after their 5-minute spar. You're really good with blades, Naruto. I'll give you that, Kakashi complimented. But you won't win this spar, Kakashi said, bringing his knife down at Naruto. Naruto smirked. It was time to unleash his favorite attack with his sword so far. Naruto gripped his knife and had it meet Kakashi's kunai for the final time. What Kakashi didn't expect was that Naruto pushed back on the kunai as it made contact. The block made Kakashi stagger. He quickly used kawarimi and watched the next attack from the side. As Kakashi's clone staggered back, Naruto flipped over its head, his sword cutting across Kakashi's scalp. He landed and turned around as Kakashi turned around to face him. Naruto commenced a 4-slash combo, all of them making contact. Kakashi's clone was blasted off its feet at the last strike as it landed away from Naruto. Naruto knew that Kakashi wasn't hurt. He substituted when Naruto parried the attack. He walked over to the clone to grab a bell, but he didn't notice the explosive tag on the clone. Sasuke and Sakura were in awe that Naruto just took down Kakashi on his own. Sasuke was jealous that Naruto did it without a problem, while Sakura was angry at Naruto for showing up Sasuke. That baka! How dare he show up Sasuke-kun? Sakura hissed. They watched the scene and watched in horror as Kakashi exploded, sending Naruto airborne and landing by the pond knocked out. Before the explosion, Naruto was bending down and pretended to grab a bell. It was only then that Naruto walked right into a fatal trap. He saw an explosive tag hissing on the clone's back. Naruto's eyes widened as it stopped hissing and began to glow white. Oh shit, Naruto muttered. There was a massive explosion as Naruto was launched into the air and landed on his side by the pond. He tried to get up with, he had a ringing sound in his ears. He was deaf. He set his head down and passed out. Kakashi appeared by the fallen Naruto and smiled. Naruto, he began, but before he finished, 4 kunai made contact with Kakashi, sending him airborne. Naruto awoke and saw Kakashi in the air. His eyes widened in disbelief as it happened, but it was a clone. The clone disappeared and Sasuke cursed himself for doing that. Damn it, I gave away my post-ion, he muttered, jumping to a new hiding spot. Meanwhile, Sakura decided to go find Sasuke so she could get his help to get a bell. Kakashi watched her from behind in a tree. He quickly made a genjutsu and Sakura walked into it head-on. Sakura was looking around for Sasuke so she could hopefully convince him to help her pass the test. She was about to turn around when she heard a rasped voice. As Sakura came Sasuke's voice. Sakura turned around with joy, but it turned to horror at what she saw. Sasuke was punctured, cut, and bleeding from shuriken and kunai. Help me, Sasuke said, falling to his knees. Sakura felt tears build up as she screamed bloody murder. She fainted as she saw Sasuke fall on his back. Kakashi sat in the tree and looked at the scene with wonder. Maybe I overdid the genjutsu? Kakashi asked himself as he shined back to where Naruto and Sasuke were. Naruto had awoken and sat up looking at his surroundings. He stood up and decided to find Sakura and Sasuke to tell them the meaning of the test. As Naruto walked toward the place where Sakura was hiding, he found she was gone. There came a poof as Kakashi appeared by the pond. Naruto jumped over the bush and hid behind it to see Kakashi facing Sasuke. Sasuke threw some shuriken at Kakashi. Kakashi easily avoided them by sidestepping to the right. Unknown to Kakashi, he just triggered a trap that sent more shuriken at him from his left. A trap? Kakashi asked himself, surprised. Sasuke appeared behind Kakashi and aimed a kick at his back. Kakashi caught the foot in one hand as Sasuke threw a punch towards his face. Kakashi used his other hand to block the punch. Sasuke used his free arm to touch the bell. The bell jingled as he touched it. Kakashi's eye widened as he tossed Sasuke off him. Sasuke came to a halt and made a tiger seal. Kakashi stood there wide-eyed at the seal. What? There's no way he could have mastered that already, Kakashi yelled. Sasuke smirked as he puffed in his chest. Katan no jutsu, Sasuke yelled, spewing a wave of fire at Kakashi. Kakashi was engulfed in flame as the fire surrounded him. The fire slowly vanished as Sasuke finished exhaling. Kakashi was nowhere in sight. Suddenly Sasuke was pulled into the ground by his ankles. Sasuke was buried in the ground, leaving only his head exposed. He looked up angrily to see Kakashi smiling at him. Well, Sasuke, it looks like you won't be getting this bell. In fact, none of you retrieved a bell yet. Kakashi spoke matter-of-factly. Sasuke grit his teeth in anger. You have about 15 minutes before the test is done. I suggest you hurry up, Kakashi taunted. He vanished, leaving Sasuke alone. Naruto walked out to Sasuke and looked down at him, trying not to laugh. Naruto began to crack up and laugh at Sasuke. Well, Sasuke just got defeated, Naruto said between laughs. Sasuke growled at Naruto with anger. Dobe, get me out of here, I need to get the bell, Sasuke yelled. Naruto's face grew serious as he stopped laughing. I figured out how to get the bell, Naruto said, squatting down to eye level with Sasuke. Oh? And what do I need to do? Sasuke asked, sneering at Naruto. Teamwork. Why do you think there are 3 genin on a team? Naruto asked. Sasuke smirked. Yeah, but I don't need your help or Sakura's help. I touched the bell, I know I can get it by myself, Sasuke muttered. Naruto sighed. Sasuke, we need to find Sakura so she can help us, Naruto stated, standing up. Sasuke scoffed at that. No. I don't need you to. You'll hold me back, Sasuke said angrily. Naruto gave up and turned to find Sakura. Naruto walked around until he found a small clearing, seeing a pink-haired figure laying in the grass. Sakura, Naruto called. He ran over to Sakura and tried to shake her awake. Sakura, wake up. Please wake up, Naruto urged. Sakura stirred and opened her eyes to see Naruto standing by her. What are you doing? Sakura shouted. Naruto looked taken aback. I'm trying to wake you up. I figured out the true meaning of the test, Naruto said proudly. Sakura growled angrily. And what would that be? Sakura asked, calming down slightly. Teamwork, Naruto replied, stepping back. Huh? Think about it. Why do you think we were placed on a team? Sakura thought about this for a moment. She realized Naruto was right. But she wasn't going to team up with him, she was going to team up with Sasuke. I see. But I don't need your help. I'm going to ask Sasuke, Sakura stated. Naruto grabbed her arm and began to pull her along. Let go of me, Baka. I don't want your help, you're useless. Sasuke and I will get the bells, while you get sent back to the academy, Sakura shouted as she struggled against Naruto's grip. Sakura had enough. She cocked back her fist and punched Naruto in the back of the head with all the strength she could. Naruto released his grip as he clutched his head. His vision was blurred at the blow. Why did you do that, Sakura-chan? I was taking you to Sasuke, Naruto whined. Naruto and Sakura came back to where Sasuke was to see he was still trapped inside the hole. Sasuke-kun! Sakura shrieked as she ran over to Sasuke. Naruto walked over to them. They pulled Sasuke out of the hole moments later. Okay, here's the plan, Naruto began. Shut up, Naruto Baka. Sasuke's plan is probably better, Sakura hissed. Naruto sighed. We need to work as a team, we don't stand a chance against a jounin, Naruto urged. I don't need either of you, I'm doing it myself, Sasuke stated, standing up. Sasuke-kun, can I team up with you to get a bell? Sakura asked. Sasuke ignored her and just walked on. Sakura took that as a yes and followed him. Naruto stood there in sadness. He clenched his fists and shook slightly. Suddenly there came a ringing clock from the post. Kakashi appeared in front of the genin. "Time's up!" Kakashi yelled. The genin walked over to the posts of wood where Kakashi stood with their lunches. Kakashi pointed to the ground where he wanted the genin to sit. Sasuke sulked over to the middle pole and sat on the right. Sakura sat by Sasuke. And Naruto stood with his back resting against the far left post with his arms crossed, one foot against the post. Kakashi looked at them and sighed. "It seems you all failed to get a bell from me," Kakashi said, smiling. The genin remained quiet. "So that means I get to eat your lunches in front of you all, while you're tied to the posts," Kakashi said evilly. "I am disappointed in all of you. You failed to see the true meaning of the test," Kakashi said. This caused the genin to look up, which was Sasuke and Sakura. Naruto just stared at the ground, not looking at Kakashi. "The test was about teamwork," Kakashi said, pulling out some rope. Sakura and Sasuke flinched slightly and glanced at Naruto, who was smirking. "Hold on, sensei. You overlooked something," Naruto said, straightening up. Kakashi raised his eyebrow. "No, I didn't. None of you got a bell," Kakashi replied, but Naruto shook his head. "Actually, you're wrong," Naruto said, reaching into his pocket. Kakashi's eye widened as Naruto pulled a bell out of his pocket. Kakashi looked down on his belt and saw 2 bells hanging there and smirked. "Nice try, Naruto, but that won't work," Kakashi smirked. Naruto raised an eyebrow. "No, this is the real bell. One of the bells is a hinged anchovy," Naruto said, pointing at Kakashi's belt. Kakashi looked down and his eye widened. "What the hell? That's not possible. When did you get the bell?" Kakashi said, surprised. Naruto told them that he got the bell when he used the shadow clones as a distraction. While Naruto was on Kakashi's back, he snatched the bell and replaced it with the anchovy. Kakashi narrowed his eye at Naruto. "You knew from the beginning, didn't you? You were just toying with me?" Kakashi asked. Naruto nodded as he pulled the second bell from Kakashi's hand and tossed the bells to Sasuke and Sakura. "Yeah. I knew we had to team up because we wouldn't be able to take down a Jounin by ourselves. But they didn't want to cooperate with me," Naruto said. Kakashi sighed. Naruto stood against the middle pole and was tied up by Kakashi. Kakashi walked to the front of the genin and tossed Sakura and Sasuke their lunches as he opened Naruto's. Kakashi looked at his team with disgust. Sakura and Sasuke didn't even bother to help Naruto when he told them the meaning of the test numerous times. "I can say I'm disappointed in you too," Kakashi said, looking at Sasuke and Sakura. They flinched at what was coming next. "Naruto tried to get you guys to cooperate to get the bells from me. But he got one on his own, so he decided to help you guys," Kakashi said sternly. "I should send you 2 back to the academy. You both know nothing of teamwork. Naruto would stay, but he wouldn't be able to progress without a team. And I know for a fact Naruto tried to tell you guys to eat something before the test this morning," Kakashi continued as he threw out Naruto's lunch into the pond, which was a dead rat. Naruto smirked at Kakashi's face expression. "You should have eaten, then you would have been able to function properly as a team. Remember what I said. Look underneath the underneath," Kakashi shouted. "I decided to give you all another chance to work together and try to get the bells from me again," Kakashi said, walking away. Kakashi stopped and called over his shoulder. "One more thing. Don't feed Naruto anything. I'll know if you do. Come find me when you all are finished eating," Kakashi called as he vanished. Minutes ticked by as the genin sat there. Sasuke handed Naruto his food, deciding he wasn't hungry. Sakura looked at Sasuke surprised. "What are you doing, Sasuke-kun?" "If Kakashi sees you," Sakura said, but was cut off. "He's long gone and won't know. And all of us need to be at full strength so we have a shot of getting those bells," Sasuke spoke. Sakura looked down at her food and held it out to Naruto as well. Suddenly the sky turned stormy and lightning flashed all over. Kakashi's voice rang out from the sky. "What the fucking hell did I just say?" Kakashi roared. All the genin were frozen to the spot in shock. Kakashi appeared in front of them with a look of pure rage. "You all," Kakashi continued as lightning flashed again. The genin sat there in fear. The clouds vanished, and the sun came back out. "Pass, Kakashi," I smiled. The team stood there wide-eyed. Kakashi counted down the seconds until they would respond. "What?" shouted Sakura. "Eh?" asked Naruto. "HM?" Sasuke grunted. Kakashi cut Naruto free from the ropes. "Follow me," Kakashi said. They followed Kakashi back into the village and stopped at a big stone with names written all over it. "Sensei, what are we doing here?" Naruto asked. Kakashi smiled at his team. "This is the Hero's Stone. All my teammates are on this stone. It's a memorial to fallen shinobi. One of them my best friend, Obito," Kakashi said sadly. "I'll never forget what he said to me the day he died. And I shall tell you that now," Kakashi said, turning to face his team. "Those who quit are trash. But those who abandon their friends are worse than trash." The genin stood there letting the message sink into their heads. Well team, meet at the bridge tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for our first mission, Kakashi said enthused. Kakashi vanished in a puff of smoke. Sasuke turned around and headed towards the Uchiha compound. Sasuke-kun, do you want to go out with me? Sakura asked with a smile. No. I don't want to go out with you. You're annoying, Sasuke said and walked off. Sakura bowed her head. Naruto tried to cheer her up. I'll go out with you, Sakura-chan. Naruto grinned. Sakura twitched and faced Naruto with anger. Naruto stepped back at the look she was giving him. I wouldn't go out with you if you were the last boy in the world. I fucking hate you. Now leave me alone, Sakura yelled. She walked off. She didn't feel bad about turning Naruto down, but she felt guilty for being harsh. She shrugged it off and walked home. It's not like he would stop asking her out. He would bounce back like a bouncy ball and ask again tomorrow. Naruto, however, felt like his heart was ripped out of his chest and thrown into the fires of hell. He hung his head, tears filling up in his eyes. He wouldn't cry. He hadn't cried for 6 years and he sure as hell wouldn't start now. Why do I even try? Naruto asked himself as he walked home. I should just give up on every girl now that I think about it. I don't stand a chance in hell in getting a girlfriend, Naruto said, kicking a can as he walked. I'll just give up on Sakura now. She's been a bitch, and that isn't going to change anytime soon, Naruto said as he entered his apartment. Naruto looked in his closet and saw a couple of orange jumpsuits. He took the suits and folded them into a box and put it in the corner of his closet. He noticed his present from Ike that he received the day he finished training with him. Naruto opened the box and saw brown combat boots, gray cargo pants, fingerless black and white gloves, a brown shoulder pad, and a blue t-shirt, and a black headband. Naruto set his outfit out for tomorrow and went to his bed. Naruto took off his hat, his sword, his shirt, and his pants and crawled into bed. He would change tomorrow to be the best shinobi he could be. Nothing would get in his way. Naruto closed his eyes and fell asleep to his dreams. Naruto awoke the next morning at 6 o'clock and sat up in bed. He decided that he would go and train with his sword for a while. He still needed to master the last hidden sword technique. The last technique is a pain in the ass because it takes up energy. Naruto stood up and walked over to his clothes he laid out the night previously and put them on. When he finished, he put his sword on his back and walked to the mirror to see how he looked. Naruto's eyes widened as he looked at his reflection in the mirror. He looked just like his cousin, Ike. Naruto's reflection showed him wearing the same attire Ike wore all the time. Naruto picked up his headband and pulled off the metal plating. He then stitched it on the long black headband and wrapped it around his head. Naruto's hair was spiky from the headband, pushing it up slightly. He smirked and exited his apartment to the training grounds. Naruto arrived at the training grounds 15 minutes later. He decided he'd build up his muscle mass and increase his strength with training weights. Naruto set his sword and shirt against a tree and began doing some sit-ups. He stopped after doing 200 sit-ups. His stomach felt sore after that. He then started to do some push-ups. Naruto was now sweating after 100 push-ups. He stood up and put on his shirt and his sword again. Naruto summoned multiple clones of himself and decided to practice the 6 hidden sword techniques he learned so far. He still had the 7th technique, which is the last out of the legendary sword techniques. Naruto walked to one of his clones and drew his sword. He managed to push the clone down on its back. He leapt into the air and stabbed the sword into the clone's chest. The clone vanished out of sight. Naruto continued with the techniques until he came to the 7th one. Naruto summoned one clone and had it stand still. Naruto drank a quick energy drink and gripped his sword. Naruto forced some chakra into the blade. He brought his arm back and unleashed the sword. Naruto spun a 360 and evaluated the attack. He did it just like Link did. The sword had a red ring appeared during the spin. The clone was demolished. Naruto cheered happily as he finally mastered the 7th technique. The Great Hero's Spin. It was 9 o'clock and the sun was shining in the morning sky. Naruto decided to go get some Ichiraku ramen for breakfast before going to the bridge. Naruto arrived at the ramen stand and sat down waiting for Ayame to come and take his order. Ayame came out of the kitchen and her eyes widened at the sight of Naruto. She felt heat build up in her face and noticed she was blushing. "Mornin', Ayame-chan," Naruto greeted with his foxy grin. Ayame blushed more at the suffix Naruto said at the end of her name. "Morning, Naruto-kun," Ayame stuttered. Naruto raised his eyebrows with amusement. Why was Ayame blushing? Naruto shrugged it off and ordered his ramen. Ayame came back a few minutes later with his ramen. "Thanks, Ayame-chan," Naruto said, picking up a pair of chopsticks. Naruto ate his ramen and thanked a now cherry-faced Ayame as he departed the stand. Naruto walked around town to pass time before he arrived at the bridge. Naruto decided he would go to the bridge 15 minutes early and wait with his team. He walked off towards the bridge, Little did he know that a raven-haired kunoichi named Hinata was following him. Naruto arrived at the bridge to see Sasuke and Sakura standing there. Sakura was trying to get Sasuke to go on a date with her but was failing miserably. Naruto decided to say hello to Sakura but stopped. He mentally smacked his forehead, reminding himself he gave up on women for now. Naruto turned to the other side of the bridge and sat on the rail listening to his iPod. He began thinking of lyrics for a new song he was writing. Sasuke glanced at Naruto and saw him wearing a new outfit. His eyebrows raised slightly but scoffed and began thinking about learning new techniques. Sakura looked at Sasuke confused before turning around. Her eyes widened at Naruto. He was wearing new clothes and listening to his iPod with a notebook and pencil in his hands. She noticed her team member had arrived a while ago and didn't even say greet her. She wondered what caused him to change so suddenly, then she remembered the incident last night. Sakura didn't feel bad about rejecting Naruto, but she did feel bad for being harsh on Sasuke didn't accept her date offer. It gave her no right to take out her anger on Naruto. There was silence between the team until Sakura broke it. Naruto baka, why the sudden change? Sakura asked. Naruto took out his headphones, put his iPod in his pocket, and had the pencil and paper vanish before answering. A former sensei of mine said orange will get me killed, Sakura, Naruto said coldly. Sakura was a little hurt that he responded coldly to her. Silence came upon the team again as they waited for Kakashi. Kakashi arrived a few minutes later. Yo! Kakashi greeted his team. You're late! Sakura shrieked. The boys of Team 7 flinched at Sakura's voice. Kakashi looked at Naruto and felt his jaw drop. Naruto looked like two people he remembered. The first person was the swordsman of Konoha, Ike. And the second one was his sensei, the fourth Hokage. If not for the mask keeping his jaw from falling farther, Kakashi wouldn't have a mouth. Well, let's get moving to our first mission, team. Kakashi spoke. A few weeks went by since Naruto's change, and he had improved greatly. He had learned a few new ninjutsu techniques, his body became more manly, and he learned the Shunshin during his training. Team 7 has accomplished several missions, all of them boring as hell D-ranked missions. Naruto was getting impatient and wanted a higher ranked mission. D ranks were starting to piss him off. Upon all of Naruto's training, something had caught his attention. Naruto was now being looked at by numerous girls. The looks they had on their faces were the faces girls gave Sasuke. Naruto shrugged that off, but that was still bothering him. Naruto was walking home from some training when a voice called out to him. Naruto-kun! Came a girl's shout. Naruto turned and felt his jaw drop. In front of him stood a beautiful girl with long flaming orange hair, pale blue skin, C-cupped breasts, and orange eyes. The girl was wearing a black blouse slightly open so her breasts were showing slightly, a black skirt that showed off her legs, and a black hat. Naruto felt himself blush looking at her. And Midna? Naruto asked shocked. Midna ran over to Naruto and hugged him. Naruto was blushing more as Midna's assets were pushing against his chest. The twily woman smiled up at him. The one and only, Midna said, letting go of Naruto. Naruto was both happy and confused at seeing Midna. Midna, how are you here? I thought you destroyed the Mirror of Twilight because our worlds couldn't coexist, Naruto asked. Midna grinned. Well, I did. But I decided that it was a mistake and made a new mirror, Midna said as they walked to the ramen stand. Naruto nodded in understanding. Also, I realized something when you and Link weren't with me, Midna continued. Naruto looked up, his prankster smirk on his face. Oh, I see. Someone loves Link, Naruto teased. Midna's face turned fire red as she blushed. Actually, there's a funny story about that, Naruto-kun, Midna said, taking a seat on the chair. Naruto sat down next to her, eager to hear more. Yeah? What is it? Naruto asked. Well, I visited Link in Orden about a week ago. Link and I were in his house and I told him I loved him, Midna said, blushing again. And? What did he say? Naruto asked. His answer was Midna's blush growing. No way! Naruto shouted. Midna put her hand over Naruto's mouth. Be quiet, Naruto-kun, Midna said, blushing more. So, Link loves you too, huh? Naruto asked. Midna nodded. Yeah. He asked me to marry him too. I was so happy we ended up, have Midna continued before covering her mouth. Naruto's eyes widened to the size of dinner plates. You two had sex? Naruto whispered with shock. Midna nodded, as she looked at the ring on her hand. Yeah. I said I would marry him, so I decided to take it a little further for my little wolf, Midna said, smiling. Naruto smirked at Midna's nickname for Link. Naruto and Midna were talking, catching up on what each of them had been doing. Naruto told Midna about his incident with Sakura. Needless to say, Midna was ready to take the fused shadows and have a little talk with Sakura. Naruto, don't believe what she said. There's someone out there for everyone. Or maybe two for the guy, which I call the jackpot, Midna laughed. Naruto chuckled at Midna's joke. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Midna-san, Naruto said. Midna smiled at him as they continued eating. Everything was going perfect until Kakashi came in. I thought you liked Sakura, Naruto? Kakashi teased. Naruto turned red with embarrassment, while Midna's eye twitched dangerously. I gave up on Sakura after she said some hurtful shit to me. And what if I do like other women? Naruto yelled. Kakashi smirked. I'm kidding, Naruto. But you should try to sweet-talk this lady right here, Kakashi continued. Midna stood up with a smile that would have made Ankos look friendly. What are you trying to say here? Midna asked sweetly. Kakashi gulped and began to sweat. Nothing, Kakashi said quickly, waving his hands in front of him. Midna edged her face forward to his, making him sweat even more. I thought so. I suggest you think about what you're going to say to me. Or I'll rip your balls off and feed them to Kyubi, Midna said sweetly. Kakashi's eye widened in fear and he nodded. Right, I'm sorry. But seriously, Naruto, you should try, Kakashi said quickly as he shine out of Midna's hands. That son of a bitch! Midna yelled angrily. Naruto laughed at Kakashi's misfortune. Naruto and Midna left the stand. Good night, Naruto-kun. And take this with you, Midna said, pulling out the stone that allowed Naruto to transform into his sacred beast form. Naruto took the stone from Midna's hand. One more thing. Link and I will be having our wedding at Konoha. And we may see you in the future sometime, Midna said. Midna kissed him on the cheek and vanished into the shadows. Naruto touched his cheek where Midna kissed him and blushed. He walked home and climbed into bed. He put the stone down on his bedside table and fell asleep. Naruto and his team were standing in the Hokage's office after completing another D-ranked mission, which involved catching one Tora the cat. Naruto glared hatefully at Tora as it was being hugged to death by the Fire Lord's wife. Oh Tora, I'm so glad you're okay, the woman said, squeezing the cat. She walked out of the room hugging Tora to oblivion. Naruto smirked evilly, and let out an evil chuckle that made everyone shiver. Heh. That cat's lucky it didn't have to answer to me. If it was my choice, I'd have stabbed it in the face and walked away, Naruto sneered. Everyone in the room's sweat dropped at Naruto's statement. Sarutobi cleared his throat, gathering Team 7's attention. Good job, Team 7. Your next mission is clearing out a basement, painting a fence, taking down 3 hornets' nests, and Sarutobi spoke as a cry of sadness came from outside the door. No! Tora, come back! The Fire Lord mistress cried. And catching Tora the cat, Sarutobi finished. Naruto had enough and looked at the Hokage with anger. Okay. That's it. We've done many D-ranked missions. Come on, old man, give us a C-ranked or something, Naruto yelled. Kakashi sighed and turned a page in his book. Naruto baka. Don't talk to Hokage-sama like that, Sakura yelled. She was surprised when the Hokage laughed and looked at the team. Well, you're in luck, have one C-ranked mission available, Sarutobi said, folding his hands under his chin. Naruto cheered, pumping his fist into the air. What? Hokage-sama, they need more experience before they can do a C-ranked mission, Irika yelled. Sarutobi waved his hand, motioning for Irika to shut up, and his mind was made. Irika sighed in defeat. Send the client in, Sarutobi called. The door opened as a man in his late 50s entered the room, swaying slightly with a bottle of sake in his hand. What the? Hey, I asked for ninja, not snot-nosed brats. The blonde kid with the sword doesn't even look capable, the man yelled. The man began to raise the bottle to take another swig before it snatched out of his hands. Naruto stood in front of the man with the bottle in his hand. He glared angrily at the man. I suggest you watch what you say, you old fart, Naruto said, drinking the rest of the contents out of the bottle. Everyone looked at Naruto as he drank the rest of the contents out of the bottle wide-eyed. Ah, vodka. My relief, my savior, my death. Is there anything it can't do? Naruto asked, throwing the bottle in the garbage bin. And I got that quote from a friend of mine from school. Naruto baka. You're too underage and immature to drink that, Sakura yelled as she threw a punch at Naruto. She was taken aback as Naruto caught her punch and glared at her. Sakura flinched as Naruto looked at her. Don't ever do that again. Get it? Naruto spat angrily. Sakura was shocked. She thought Naruto would have taken the punch like always and start whining, but this was something she didn't expect. Got it, Sakura squeaked. Good, Naruto said, dropping her fist. I'll be waiting at the gate so we can begin the mission, Naruto said as he shined out of sight. Team 7 and Tazuna the bridge builder arrived at the gate an hour after the debriefing to find Naruto strumming a guitar. He was looking at a piece of paper which had the notes printed on them. Naruto finished the last strum of the song and dismissed his guitar and paper. He stood up, picked up his bag, and walked over to the group. Naruto fastened his bag on his shoulder and yawned. We ready to go? Asked Naruto. The group nodded and walked out of the village gates. Naruto and Sasuke walked in front of the group, while Sakura, Kakashi, and Tazuna were behind the pair of them. Kakashi smirked and thought about teasing Naruto about last night. So, Naruto, who was the girl you were with last night? Kakashi asked, smiling as the blonde twitched at his remark. Sasuke and Sakura turned their eyes on Naruto in surprise. Since when did the dope get a girlfriend? It wasn't like that, you bastard, Naruto hissed back at Kakashi. That only urged Kakashi to continue. Oh? Then how explain the way she stood up for you? Kakashi asked. God, I hate you, Naruto whimpered. Kakashi laughed and continued teasing. You should ask her out again, Naruto. Maybe you can even get a kiss, Kakashi laughed. Naruto had enough. He shined in front of Kakashi and had a kunai pointing at his crotch. You know, if I wasn't a Konoha shinobi, I'd take this knife out of its holster and shove it right up your ass, you piece of shit, Naruto spat venomly. Kakashi gulped and mentally grabbed his crotch. He decided to shut up and pulled out his orange book. Sasuke was amused at the scene between Naruto and Kakashi, and had to restrain himself from laughing. An hour went by since they left the village, and the group came across a puddle. This caught Naruto's and Kakashi's attention. Wow, that's just sad. A puddle in the middle of the road, and it hasn't rained in weeks. Not to mention it's too hot outside, Naruto muttered. Kakashi evaluated the squad's performance. Naruto caught it just like he did, but Sakura and Sasuke didn't spare it a glance. Kakashi walked in front of the group and pretended not to notice it. Just as the group passed the puddle, two ninja ran up behind them with a chain weapon. They appeared in front of Kakashi and wrapped their chain around his body, immobilizing him. What the? Kakashi asked, surprised. One down, said one of the ninja. The pair of them pulled the chain and Kakashi was torn to shreds, wiped off the face of the earth. Sakura screamed as she saw the remains of Kakashi. The ninjas ran at Naruto. Naruto looked scared, but if one looked closely they would see the smirk on his face. Two down, said the other ninja. The chain shot at Naruto and almost wrapped around his body. Naruto quickly released his knife and pinned the chain to the tree, immobilizing the two shinobi. He unsheathed his sword and held it tightly in his right hand as he pulled out a boot knife with his left. The two shinobi broke out of the tree and charged Naruto. One slung a dagger at him. Naruto parried the attack and delivered a back fist to the shinobi's head. The shinobi staggered and were kicked by Sasuke. The pair of shinobi ran at Sakura and Tazuna. Sakura was shaking, holding a kunai with both hands as the shinobi came at her. There came a pop as Kakashi appeared holding the two knocked-out shinobi in a headlock. Good work, team, Kakashi praised. Sensei. Sakura sighed in relief at the sight of her sensei. Kakashi looked at the team and evaluated the fight. Sasuke did well, no surprise there. Sakura, who was scared, did manage to guard Tazuna. But Naruto surprised him the most. He expected Naruto to do poorly, but was the exact opposite. Kakashi tied the two shinobi to the tree and rounded on Tazuna. Tazuna-san, you have some explaining to do, Kakashi spoke, his arms crossed. Tazuna told Team 7 the sob story about the Land of Waves. Well, Tazuna-san, I must say I'm disappointed in you. This mission is high A ranked at the most, maybe even an S rank, Kakashi said. Tazuna bowed his head. Maybe we should just quit the mission, it's out of our league, Sakura said hopelessly. Kakashi was about to open his mouth, but Naruto beat him to it. No. I'm not stopping this mission. We accepted it, so I'm going to complete it by myself if I have to, Naruto said, walking down the road. Sasuke followed Naruto, showing he had the same intentions. Kakashi sighed and motioned for Sakura and Tazuna to continue the mission. It was around noon by the time they entered the border of the Wave Country. Team 7 walked towards the harbor that was still a few miles away. Suddenly an evil chuckle made everyone stop cold. The sky had vanished behind dark storm clouds and lightning flashed. Naruto had a bead of sweat rolled down the side of his face. He gulped and reached for his sword. Kakashi was about to ask Naruto what he was doing, but then a dark voice spoke. It's been a while, Naruchan, the voice cooed. Naruto growled and unsheathed his sword and held it at the ready. He glanced around, trying to find the direction the laughter came from. The other members of Team 7 tried to walk towards Naruto, but a barrier of light enclosed around him. Naruto knew this fight was going to be between himself and the enemy. He closed his eyes and began to focus his senses to detect any oncoming attacks. Naruto felt something coming at him from behind fast. Naruto sidestepped to the left and turned around. He pulled out his knife and held it in his left hand. The voice chuckled as black flames appeared in front of Naruto. He shielded his eyes as the flames erupted from the ground. The flames vanished and a jet-black figure appeared in front of Naruto. Team 7 gasped. The dark figure was Naruto? This had to be some kind of sick joke that Naruto was playing on them. Naruto, you've had your fun, now let's go, Kakashi said. Naruto stood rooted to the spot. The other Naruto turned to Team 7 and they gasped. It was Naruto, but this one they could tell was evil. Maybe it was the blood-red eyes on the other Naruto. No. It was the fact that Naruto wasn't playing a joke. I'm sorry to say this, but Naruto-chan isn't playing around, the Naruto clone said as it turned around to face Naruto. The evil Naruto had a wicked grin on his face and held his hands out. 2 blades appeared in the clone's hands and were being held at the ready. Surprised to see me, Naruto-chan? The clone asked with a grin. Naruto growled and held his blades at the ready. How? How are you still alive? I sealed you away, Naruto asked angrily. The clone laughed evilly. You did. But your anger and hate brought me back. And for that I thank you, Naruto-chan, the clone laughed. That's a lie. You don't exist anymore, Naruto yelled. But I am you, Naruto-chan. I'm your dark side, the clone sneered. Naruto clenched his sword tighter. But I'm not whole yet. I need to kill you to become full, the clone jeered. Naruto decided to ask one more question before he would defend himself. He resurrected you, didn't he? Naruto asked. The clone laughed and nodded. But enough talk, Naruto-chan. This time I will succeed in the fight, the clone shouted. Rain began to fall and a crack of thunder boomed. Dark Naruto ran at Naruto quickly. Naruto's eyes narrowed and prepared to do the helm splitter. Dark Naruto brought one blade down at Naruto's head. Naruto parried the attack with his kunai and caused Dark Naruto to stagger back. Naruto leapt into the air, the tip of his blade cutting the top of Dark Naruto's head. Dark Naruto swayed slightly as Naruto unleashed 4 slashes. Dark Naruto flipped backward away from Naruto. Dark Naruto chuckled. You've gotten a lot stronger, Naruto-chan, the clone said. What are his intentions? Naruto asked his evil self. I don't know, I wasn't given full detail. I was told to kill you and take your body, the clone replied. Dark Naruto did a jump strike at Naruto, who was shocked. How did you do that? Only my ex-sensei and I can, Naruto shouted surprised. I'm you, Naruto-chan. I know all your jutsus, attacks, life, everything, Dark Naruto said. Naruto growled as he slashed his sword at Dark Naruto. Dark Naruto brought a slash to meet with Naruto's. Dark Naruto kicked Naruto in the chest and slashed at Naruto's left hand. Naruto's knife shattered to pieces as the blade connected to it. The force of the blow made Naruto stagger back. On the sidelines, Team 7 watched as Naruto and Dark Naruto exchanged attacks. What the hell is going on? Kakashi asked himself. Lightning flashed again and thunder echoed around the woods. Naruto and Dark Naruto separated after 5 minutes clashing swords. Dark Naruto grasped the hilt of his remaining sword with both hands since Naruto destroyed his other sword. Dark Naruto ran at Naruto. Naruto took the chance and did a jump slash as both blades connected. Dark Naruto and Naruto were pushing against each other's blades, trying to overpower the other. Rain was making the ground muddy and slick. Dark Naruto was grinning at Naruto madly and began overpowering Naruto. You have hate. You have anger. But you don't use them, Dark Naruto mocked. Naruto met Dark Naruto's gaze and grit his teeth. He pushed back quickly, making Dark Naruto stagger. Naruto delivered a punch across Dark Naruto's face. They charged at each other again, swords clashing and ringing around the woods. Their blades connected again. Naruto took the chance and pushed his blade to the left. Naruto grabbed the hilt of Dark Naruto's sword and used his free hand to cut off Dark Naruto's hands. Dark Naruto gasped and fell to his knees, looking at his stubs where his hands were. Naruto caught Dark Naruto's blade as it fell back to the ground and held both swords at Dark Naruto's neck like an open pair of scissors. Naruto glared down at his evil self and had a shit-eating smirk on his face. Naruto twitched as a voice entered his head. Good, Naruto-kun. Good, came the voice. The voice laughed but stopped shortly and sighed. Kill him, the voice ordered. Naruto shook his head and said aloud. I shouldn't, Naruto said. This caused surprised looks of Team 7 and Dark Naruto. Do it, the voice commanded. Dark Naruto looked up at Naruto and gulped. Naruto released a breath and swung the swords. Dark Naruto fell to the ground, head severed from his body. Naruto dropped his clone's blade and sheathed his own. The voice came out so everyone could hear it. You did well, Naruto-kun, the voice spoke emotionlessly. Team 7 and Tazuna looked around, glancing, tried to find the voice. They turned to Naruto and gasped. There was a shadowed head whose face couldn't be seen as because it was covered by darkness. Naruto's face was lowered so only his bangs were showing. Naruto shook his head. Yeah, but I shouldn't have done that, Naruto said, trembling. He was too dangerous to be kept alive, Naruto-kun, the voice spoke. Naruto nodded slowly. The shadowed figure started to laugh coldly. Well, take this as a present for your victory, Naruto-kun, the voice said as he vanished. Naruto looked up and saw Dark Naruto's body turn to a black mist. Surprised by the sight, Naruto stumbled back. 2 red eyes appeared in the mist as Dark Naruto's laugh echoed around the area. What the hell? That's not possible! Naruto shouted furiously. Naruto was now backing up, crawling. The mist shot at Naruto, who couldn't get up in time. Naruto! Kakashi yelled. The mist dove into Naruto's forehead and vanished. Naruto screamed in pain and clutched his head, which was pulsing something fierce. The barriers faded away as Team 7 and Tazuna ran up to Naruto with worry. Naruto was breathing heavily, one hand clutching the grass and one clutching his pained head. Kakashi approached Naruto slowly and put his hand on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto. You alright? Asked Kakashi with concern. Naruto panted and nodded slowly. Dobe. What the hell was that? Asked Sasuke in a demanding tone. Glad to see you too, Team Naruto muttered. Baka, don't insult Sasuke-kun! Sakura yelled angrily, forgetting the concern she had for the blonde. Shut up, Naruto spat. Sakura winced at his icy tone of voice and closed her mouth. I don't want to hear it. I just fought that thing and I'm not in the mood for a lecture, so don't talk to me right now, Naruto said angrily, standing up. Naruto, are you sure you? Kakashi asked, but Naruto glared at him. I said I'm fine. Now let's go, Naruto shouted, turning around and walking ahead. Team 7 and Tazuna stood there shocked at Naruto's reaction. Sakura was angry that Naruto didn't listen to her and spoke to her poorly. Sasuke was fuming, mad that the dobe didn't answer his question. Kakashi was concerned about Naruto but decided to investigate later. Tazuna was scared of the blonde boy, so he didn't say anything. Team 7 followed behind a now very pissed off Naruto. Naruto heightened his senses a little bit and began to calm down in case more enemy were coming. The group came to the harbor a short while later and walked up the dock to an anchored boat. They climbed into the boat as Kakashi began to row. Naruto sat there clutching his head. The boat came through the mist, and the Team 7 looked at the massive bridge in awe. Wow, it's huge! Naruto said, forgetting his headache. But it bounced back as he talked. Naruto winced and clutched his head again. The boat came to a halt as it came to the dock. Team 7 and Tazuna climbed out and walked down the road. Naruto heightened his senses further, which caused his head to hurt more. The group walked down the road that led from the dock for about 10 minutes before Naruto stopped holding his hand up. Naruto glanced at the corner of his eyes and felt a presence in the bush. Naruto's hand inched towards a kunai slowly while keeping his gaze on the bush. There! Naruto exclaimed. He threw the kunai through the bush as a thump was heard as the kunai punctured the tree. Naruto's teammates jumped at his sudden action. Sakura, angry at Naruto's action, decided to lecture him. Naruto, you baka! Don't scare us like that! Sakura screamed. Naruto ignored her and walked to the bush. Sakura was a little disappointed at Naruto's action. He just completely ignored her, not even sparing her a glance. Naruto uncovered the presence in the bush to find a rabbit? Naruto knew something was wrong right there. Naruto baka. Look what you did to that poor rabbit! Sakura yelled. Naruto stood up quickly and reached for his sword. Shut up, Sakura. A rabbit shouldn't have triggered my senses, Naruto hissed. Kakashi noticed this too. Naruto was right, the enemy must have used Kawarimi with the rabbit. Everyone stay alert, something's not right here, Kakashi said, heightening his senses. Let's keep moving and stay on your toes, Naruto said, holding his blade for quick usage. Not even 5 minutes passed before Kakashi's senses went haywire. There was a large heavy object coming at them from behind fast. Duck! Kakashi shouted. Kakashi pulled Tazuna down to the ground while Sasuke and Sakura lay flat on the ground. Everyone made it except Naruto! Kakashi yelled quickly. Naruto, still holding his head, turned around as a giant blade pierced his stomach, pinning him to the tree. His eyes widened as he lowered his head, he coughed out some blood and died. A masked shinobi wearing black cargo pants and a bandaged mask stood on a tree branch above Naruto. Team 7 looked in horror as their teammate was pinned to the tree dead. Sasuke stared in shock, his rival was terminated in seconds. Kakashi clenched his fists angrily as he glared at the masked shinobi. Sakura cried and shook with horror. Kakashi was looking at the shinobi on the tree and spoke. Momochi Zabuza, demon of the hidden mist village, Kakashi said with venom. Hatake Kakashi, the copy ninja, Zabuza spoke, looking down at Kakashi. So I get the honor of killing you then? Kakashi asked. Zabuza laughed coldly. Well, I feel so honored to fight the Sharingan warrior, Zabuza replied. Sasuke looked at his teacher confused. He's not an Uchiha. How can he have the Sharingan? Sasuke muttered, surprised. Kakashi lifted his headband as his left eye held the blazing Sharingan. Zabuza chuckled and was about to jump down when everyone heard a familiar voice. Damn it! That was even more painful than the time I killed that crazy dragon, came the voice of Naruto. Team 7, Tazuna, and Zabuza looked at Naruto. Zabuza froze as he saw Naruto. Ike? Zabuza asked in shock. Naruto looked up at him and smirked. No. He's my cousin, I'm Naruto, Naruto said. Naruto slapped his head. That wasn't supposed to come out. Zabuza's eyes widened, then he smirked. Is he now? The famous Konoha swordsman, is your cousin? Zabuza asked. Naruto, knowing he couldn't hide it anymore, nodded. He grasped the hilt of Zabuza's blade and pulled it out of his stomach, wincing. Finally, the blade was out of Naruto's stomach and he stabbed it into the ground. Naruto's injury healed quickly in front of everyone. Zabuza narrowed his eyes at him. Naruto walked back over to his shocked teammates and faced Zabuza again. Zabuza pulled his sword out of the ground and pointed it at Naruto. You! Fight me! No jutsus, genjutsus, taijutsu, just kenjutsu, Zabuza stated. Naruto stepped forward, pulling out his sword and knife, looking at Zabuza. Oh! And I don't want interfering, Zabuza stated as he made quick hand signs. A chamber of water enclosed Naruto and Zabuza. Sasuke was pissed. Hey! Why are you fighting the dobe? I'm the rookie of the year in my village and an Uchiha. Fight me! Sasuke yelled. Zabuza glared at Sasuke. This kid was trained by the legendary swordsman of Konoha. I want to fight him, so shut up, you little brat. Zabuza spat. Naruto stood at the ready as Zabuza charged at him. Naruto parried the attack and jumped to the side. He slashed at Zabuza's side, but Zabuza blocked it. Zabuza chopped down over Naruto, who blocked it easily. Their blades clashed again as they tried to overpower the other. Zabuza won the fight without much trouble and managed to make Naruto stagger backward. Naruto dropped his defense. Zabuza took the opportunity and lunged a stab at Naruto. Naruto avoided the stab but was met with a kick to the stomach. Naruto backflipped and landed a few feet away. Zabuza had to admit this kid had about S-ranked in skill with blades. Zabuza jumped at Naruto. Naruto rolled around to Zabuza's rear and spun up in the air with a slash. Zabuza winced as the blade cut across his back. He smirked at Naruto, who was smirking back. I hate to admit it, kid, but you are at least S-ranked or higher with blades, Zabuza complimented. Sasuke was fuming. The dobe shouldn't have that power, it should belong to an Uchiha. Kakashi, Sakura, and Tazuna were watching the fight in awe. Naruto was taking on an S-rank nuke nin of the village hidden in the mist. Sakura was in awe. How dare that man fight the baka? He should fight Sasuke-kun, Sakura thought with anger. Naruto and Zabuza clashed swords again. Naruto was losing energy. He wouldn't be able to continue much longer. I've got only one shot at this, Naruto muttered. Naruto overpowered Zabuza and charged his blade with as much energy as he could muster. Zabuza took the chance to strike. Naruto smirked. Hook, line, and sinker, Naruto whispered. Zabuza's blade was about to make contact with Naruto's skull, but what happened next surprised him. Naruto gave a powerful battle cry and released the energy from his sword. Great hero's spin! Naruto cried as he spun around. The sword had a red ring follow the blade as it went around. Zabuza brought his blade up to block. To his horror, the attack broke his guard. Zabuza took the attack to his chest and was dazed. Naruto unleashed another spin attack and delivered 3 quick slashes to Zabuza's chest. Zabuza was blasted off his feet and landed prostrate on the ground. Naruto jumped in the air to do the final blow, but Zabuza had other plans. Zabuza swung his sword at Naruto's. As the blades connected, there was a clatter. Naruto's blade had been broken in half. Naruto's eyes widened in surprise. Zabuza kicked Naruto in the chest, launching him toward the water barrier. Time slowed down for Naruto as he saw Zabuza running at him. He blacked out and heard an angelic voice spoke. Brave one. Do not give up hope. You must win this fight. Naruto wondered where the voice was coming from but decided to listen. You are the only one who can save the shinobi world. Take this blade and use it. There was a crack as Naruto felt an object appear in his outstretched hand. Who are you? Naruto asked. There was a brief silence. I will reveal myself when you complete this mission, Naruto-kun. Now finish this fight. Back in reality, Zabuza was about to finish Naruto while he was airborne. Naruto's eyes snapped open and he felt intense energy flow through his body. Zabuza swung down at Naruto, who suddenly parried it with a large 2-handed sword. The blade had a jet black hilt with a 6-foot-long silver blade. Zabuza's eyes widened in shock. What the hell? Where did that sword come from? Zabuza exclaimed. Naruto's power began to leak out of his body. It appeared in a rainbow glow. Naruto brought his blade up and met Zabuza's. The power from Naruto's blade was making Zabuza nervous. Naruto countered Zabuza's attack and delivered a punch into his chest. Zabuza slid back from the power, gasping for air. He looked up and saw Naruto twirl his sword and held it high. Naruto shot at Zabuza with amazing speed. Move! Damn it, move! Zabuza shouted. No good, Zabuza was petrified from the attack. His eyes widened as Naruto drove his blade through his stomach. Devil Stinger! Naruto shouted. Aw shit, Zabuza said as he was blasted into the air. Zabuza went soaring through the water barrier, causing it to disperse, and slammed into a tree. Naruto stood hunched over, clutching his head in pain and breathing heavily. Zabuza slid down the tree and reached the bottom, landing on his feet. He walked forward a little bit and fell face forward onto the ground. Naruto fell back and landed on his side, looking at Zabuza. "I can't fight anymore, I used all my energy," Naruto muttered. Naruto's eyes widened in horror as Zabuza stood up gingerly. Zabuza fell down to one knee, using his sword for support to stay in a squat. He was panting heavily, looking at Naruto with amazement. Zabuza smiled and then laughed. "Excellent. You, kid, impress me. You are by far one of the most challenging opponents I've ever fought," Zabuza said while laughing. Zabuza stood up, still using his sword for support. "Let's do that again sometime. You entertain me, kid. I might just put you in my bingo book," Zabuza said, trembling. Zabuza walked over to Naruto, gingerly using his sword as a crutch. He squatted down to look at Naruto. "What's your name, kid?" Zabuza asked, looking at Naruto. Naruto was having trouble trying not to black out. "Naruto Uzumaki. The future Hokage," Naruto gasped. Zabuza nodded and patted Naruto on the back. He stood up and began to walk away. "Next time we meet, Uzumaki, I will defeat and kill you," Zabuza said. Suddenly 3 Saban needles punctured Zabuza's neck. His eyes rolled to the back of his head and he fell to the ground with a thud. A hunter Nin dropped down in front of the group. "Looks like he won't be able to keep his promise. I believe you win the fight," the hunter said, picking up Zabuza's corpse. "I'm going to take him back to the village hidden in the mist and gain my bounty. Farewell," said the hunter Nin, vanishing into the trees. Team 7 and Tazuna ran over to Naruto, who still lay on the ground. Kakashi reached him first. He squatted down to see Naruto's face, only to find Naruto had passed out from using too much energy. Kakashi picked Naruto up and slung him over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. He ruffled Naruto's hair and smiled. "Good job, knucklehead," Kakashi whispered. "Sasuke, pick up Naruto's blade," Kakashi ordered. Sasuke smirked and picked up his blade. "I can use this and find that man who trained the dobe, and order him to train me," Sasuke cackled. "You will do no such thing, team," a voice spat. Sasuke looked up and saw Naruto looking at him from Kakashi's shoulder. "I'm keeping this sword, dobe, it's mine now," Sasuke said arrogantly. "That did it." Naruto jumped off Kakashi's shoulder and snatched his blade from Sasuke. "I don't see your name on it, ass wipe, and it's mine." So Naruto trailed off. Naruto blew a raspberry and made a rude hand gesture. "Jog on," Naruto said, strapping his sword to his back. Sakura decided to yell at Naruto for insulting her crush. "You baka! Sasuke should have that sword, he's an Uchiha. You're a nobody!" Sakura yelled. The next thing they knew, Naruto turned around to face the group with dark red eyes like Dark Naruto and let out a massive wave of killer intent. "I suggest you watch what you say, Haruno. So shut the fuck up," Naruto yelled. Only it wasn't Naruto's voice, it was Dark Naruto's voice. Sakura fell to her knees from the killer intent that was sent at her and felt tears build up in her eyes. Naruto's eyes turned back to their normal ocean blue. He clutched his head and grunted. "Shit! So that's what his intention was," Naruto bellowed. "Whoa, slow down there, Naruto, what do you mean?" Kakashi asked. Naruto told Kakashi about when Dark Naruto went into his head after the fight. Kakashi's eyes widened. "Naruto, we need to get him out of there. If he comes into contact with it, you may no longer be in control," Kakashi said seriously. Naruto shook his head. "No, sensei, it won't work. He's tried it. And when he did, it almost killed me. And he would need my body alive to control it," Naruto said. Kakashi nodded and they continued to Tazuna's house. Naruto and the gang arrived at Tazuna's house at sundown. A woman in her early 20s was at the door to greet them. "Father, you're home," the woman said, opening the door to the house. Tazuna hugged the woman and then sat down at the table. Naruto looked at the woman and decided to have some fun. "And who is this beautiful miss?" Naruto asked, sending the woman a wink. The woman blushed a little as he winked at her. Tazuna twitched as he saw the event unfold. "That's my daughter, Tsunami. Out of your league," Tazuna spoke. Naruto smirked. "We'll see about that," Naruto said, kissing Tsunami's hand. This gave multiple reactions: Tazuna fainting, Sakura's anger, Sasuke and Kakashi shook their heads with a smirk. "Pleasure to meet you, Tsu-chan," Naruto said with a grin. "Pleasure to meet you too, Naruto-kun," Tsunami stammered. Sakura came up and tried to deliver a punch on the top of Naruto's head. Naruto caught her fist and glared at her. "What did I say about you trying to hit me?" Naruto hissed venomly. Sakura gulped and sat down at the table. Since Sakura killed the mood, Naruto decided to stop and eat dinner. He caught some glares Tsunami was giving Sakura. Naruto inwardly chuckled at this and continued to enjoy his meal. That was until Tazuna brought up the question he wanted to avoid. "Hey kid. Earlier today with Sabuza. How are you still alive? Tazuna asked with awe. This caused everyone to turn their attention to Naruto, who sighed. I do not wish to answer that question, Naruto said calmly, sipping his water. Sasuke was angry that the Dobe wasn't saying anything. Answer the question, Dobe. I'm an Uchiha, and you will do as I say, Sasuke shouted. This caused Naruto to raise his eyebrows in amusement. What part of I don't want to talk about it? Can't you get through that thick skull of yours? Naruto asked bitterly, his hand shaking. Baka! Just answer, Sasuke-kun! Sakura shrieked, trying to support Sasuke. There was a shatter as the glass that Naruto was holding obliterated in his hand, causing it to bleed. Naruto looked up at Sasuke and Sakura, growling angrily. Okay, that's it, Naruto spat. Would you shut your mouth for 5 goddamn minutes? Do you ever stop talking? Ever since this team started, you've chattered endlessly. Give it a fucking rest. Naruto yelled with rage. Everyone in the room was looking at Naruto with wide eyes, shocked at his reaction. If you want to know why so fucking bad. Fine. I'm the jailer for the 9-tailed fox Kyuubi no Kitsune. Naruto yelled. All my life I've been shunned for something I couldn't control. Do you know what the hell that feels like? Naruto yelled louder, his voice cracking. Dogui Sasuke began, but Naruto yelled over his voice. I didn't have a family. Everyone hated me. Calling me a demon every day. Not having any friends. I was afraid of being murdered by the villagers. Naruto roared. I hated everyone for that. If it wasn't for the old man, I would be dead by now. I was so depressed I tried to kill myself 5 times. Everyone was looking at the blonde in horror of what he was saying. But the damn fox won't let me die. Because if I die, it dies. If it wasn't for my cousin and my ex-sensei, I would have lost my mind. Naruto screamed. So there you go. A look into the life of Uzumaki Naruto. You think you've got it bad, Sasuke? People in Konoha kiss the ground you walk on. So do me a favor and shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me from here on out. I'm too pissed at both of you to even be in your presence. Naruto yelled, picking up his sword and walking out the door. All I ever wanted in life was to be happy. But as long as I live, I'm cursed. Only death will save me from this hell. And with that, Naruto slammed the door to the house so hard it shattered the window. There was silence. All that was heard were the crickets chirping sadly. Sasuke and Sakura were still shocked at what happened just now. Sasuke was surprised but didn't care. It's not like Naruto had to relive seeing people he cared about being killed. Kakashi-sensei. Is what Naruto said true? Sakura asked. Kakashi looked at her sadly and nodded. Yes. Everything he said is true. But do not fear Naruto, he and Kyuubi will always be 2 individuals. You two must see that, unlike those idiot villagers, Kakashi said sadly. So he is a demon? Sakura thought, glaring after Naruto. Team 7 sat around the house until it was around midnight. Naruto still hadn't returned. Team 7 was worried about their teammate but decided to go to bed and look for him in the morning. Naruto meanwhile was in the woods 2 miles away from Tazuna's house, destroying trees with his sword in rage. He swung his sword against a fully grown tree. The tree snapped and fell to the ground with a crashing thud. Naruto panted heavily, sweating badly. He started to slash at another tree, but he felt exhaustion creeping up on him. Naruto cursed as he fell face forward onto the grassy floor. Before he closed his eyes, he noticed someone with brown combat boots walking towards him. Naruto awoke as light fell on his face. He opened his eyes and found himself covered with a blanket. A fire was crackling to his left, and had some food cooking on it. Naruto groaned and sat up, rubbing his eyes. A voice then spoke from behind him. Oh, good, you're awake. Naruto turned around and felt his jaw drop. In front of him stood a man with spiky blue hair, wearing a black headband, gray cargo pants, blue shirt, red cape, brown shoulder pad, and a large 2-handed sword on his back. Ike! Naruto shouted in surprise and grinned. Ike grinned back at him. Hey Naruto. Long time no see, Ike said, ruffling Naruto's hair. The pair of them laughed. Ike's face turned concerned as he looked at Naruto. Hey Naruto, what are you doing this far away from your teammates? Ike asked. Naruto's eyes widened. He completely forgot he was with his teammates. I had a bit of an argument with them, Naruto said sadly. What happened? Ike asked. Naruto sighed and told him about the incident with Dark Naruto, the fight with Zabuza, and up to the argument at Tazuna's house. Ike was pissed at the 2 teammates. He sighed and put his hand to his head. Ike thought long and hard before he spoke again. Okay Naruto, this is the plan, Ike said, looking at his cousin. Naruto looked up and listened. I will stay with you and your team for the rest of this mission and help you train with your sword. Naruto cheered that Ike was going to be able to spend some time with him. Ike grinned as he watched his cousin bouncing up and down. Ike and Naruto entered Tazuna's house to see everyone at the table eating breakfast. Kakashi looked up, his eye widened, and he dropped his book. Sasuke and Sakura turned to look at what their sensei was looking at, and they too had a shocked look on their faces. Naruto was standing next to a man with spiky blue hair. Naruto. Why is Ike here? Kakashi asked. Ike grinned at Kakashi. Hey Kakashi. Long time no see, Ike laughed. Sasuke looked at the man standing next to Naruto. So this is the guy who trained the dobe, thought Sasuke. Naruto Baka, where the hell were you? Sakura shrieked. Naruto and Ike clutched their ears from Sakura's outburst. Naruto ignored her as he and Ike sat down by Kakashi. Sasuke looked at Ike as he was talking to Kakashi. Ike noticed Sasuke's stare. Yes, can I help you? Ike asked. Train me, Sasuke demanded. Ike raised an eyebrow at him and decided to play a game. I'll train you if you solve this riddle. The answer is the answer to your demand, Ike said, smirking. Naruto smirked, knowing what his cousin was about to do. Okay, here's your question, Ike said, folding his hands over his mouth. Can sheep be milked? Sasuke smirked, he already won. No, Sasuke said. Ike laughed, which made Sasuke mad. What the hell is so funny? Sasuke shouted. Well, there's your answer, Ike said, chuckling. Sasuke thought about the question, and his face turned into a look of pure rage. Why the hell not? I'm an Uchiha, one of the elite. I demand you train me, Sasuke yelled. Ike glared at Sasuke and let out a lot of killing intent. Sasuke flinched but regained composure. I'm sorry. I don't train arrogant like yourself, Ike said bitterly. Sasuke got angered even more. Why did you train that loser? He's a nobody. He's weak and a dobe. That did it. Ike moved so fast he had Sasuke pinned to the wall by the neck, his sword against Sasuke's neck. Enough. If you insult my cousin again, you will be in hell by the time I'm through with you. Ike spat. Sasuke gulped. Another reason I won't train you is because you don't have a sword. And I want to train my cousin. And don't bother trying to copy the techniques with the Sharingan, it won't work. Sasuke was furious. He, an Uchiha, had been denied training. Ike dropped Sasuke and sat back down. Kakashi. I'm going to train Naruto for the time being. He already knows every chakra control exercise. Kakashi nodded. Okay, but I want you both to stay in sight so I can see you. Kakashi agreed. Ike nodded. Naruto, let's get started, Ike said, standing up and grabbing his sword. Okay, Ike sensei, Naruto said. Ike twitched. He hated being called sensei. It made him feel old. Just call me Ike, Naruto. You're my cousin, so don't say sensei, Ike laughed. You just don't want me to say sensei, because it makes you feel old, Naruto replied. Ike growled. I fucking hate you sometimes, Ike said. Naruto laughed, and followed Ike out the door. Team 7 arrived at a clearing where Naruto and Ike were practicing a new kenjutsu attack. Kakashi turned to Sasuke and Sakura with a smile. Well, your training is to climb trees, Kakashi said with his eye smile. But sensei, how is that training? Sakura asked. Kakashi sighed and walked up to the tree. The goal is to focus your chakra into your feet and walk up the tree without your hands, Kakashi instructed. Kakashi clasped his hands together, and his face had a focusing look. He opened his eye and walked up the tree. Sakura and Sasuke were looking in awe at the trick. Kakashi threw 2 kunai down to the pair of them. The kunai made a thud at their feet. Take a kunai and cut the tree if you feel you're losing your control, Kakashi said as he jumped down from the towering tree. Ike stood in front of Naruto holding his 2-handed blade with one hand. Okay, Naruto, I am now going to teach you 3 new moves for your sword, Ike said, turning to Naruto. Naruto nodded in excitement. Cool. So what are you teaching me first? Naruto asked. Ike smiled at his cousin for wanting to learn so much. The first move I'm going to teach you is the quick draw, Ike said, walking to a 20-foot range away from the tree in front of him. Naruto kept his eye on Ike. The goal is to channel energy into your sword. When you filled your energy into the attack, you'll see a reflection of light from the tip of your sword. Ike crossed his arms, his right arm holding his sword while his left one open and to the side. Ike squatted slightly and closed his eyes. Naruto watched as Ike's body began to shake slightly. There came a humming sound from Ike as he built up his power. Then Naruto saw the twinkle of light at the tip of Ike's blade. Naruto kept his eyes open so he wouldn't blink and miss the attack. Ike then vanished from sight and appeared on the side of the tree he was in front of. Naruto's eyes widened. Ike moved in a flash so quick it was impossible to block. There came a crack as the tree that Ike was standing by split in half and fell to the ground with an echoing thud. Ike turned and smirked at Naruto, who had his jaw dropped. Ike then walked over and sat by Naruto. Okay, Naruto, now you try, Ike said, opening his canteen and taking a drink of water. Naruto nodded and walked to the same spot Ike was. Ike stabbed his sword into the ground and folded his hands under his chin. Now take it step by step, Ike instructed. Naruto obeyed and got into the same stance Ike was in earlier. He watched as Naruto closed his eyes and began to focus energy into the sword. Ike heard the humming coming from Naruto and smiled. A twinkle of light came on the tip of Naruto's sword. Naruto's eyes snapped open and he released the attack. He vanished quicker than Ike and appeared on the side of another tree on the opposite end of the clearing. Ike grinned at his cousin. Nice. Good job, Naruto. Ike praised. Naruto chuckled and scratched the back of his head sheepishly. Ike beckoned Naruto over to him. I'm surprised, Naruto. I wouldn't have been surprised if you hadn't succeeded the first time. But you proved me wrong, buddy, Ike said, clapping Naruto on the back. Ike stood up and pulled his blade out of the ground. Okay, Naruto, these next two moves are going to be more difficult, Ike said, walking only 5 feet away from Naruto. Naruto kept his eyes on Ike to watch the technique for the next move. This time I'm going to show you either. Ike stood up straight and closed his eyes. You want to be able to throw your sword into the air and leap up to catch it. Then when it's coming down you grab the hilt and do 3 flips in the air, landing with a crash, Ike continued. Naruto watched as Ike stood upright and held his blade tightly in his right hand. Ike then tossed his blade into the air. He leaped into the air and caught the hilt of his blade with both hands. Ike gave a battle cry as he did 3 flips before hitting the ground with a vibrating crash. Naruto watched in awe. You are awesome. You know that, right? Naruto asked. Ike laughed and walked over to Naruto and sat down. Naruto stood up and walked over to where Ike stood. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Just like before, Naruto performed ether without a problem. Ike was proud of his cousin but knew the last move he was going to teach him was a bitch. Ike walked in front of Naruto and faced him. Naruto, this last move I'm about to teach you is extremely powerful and is hard as hell to learn, Ike said, looking him in the eye. I see. But let's hear what you have to say, Naruto answered, stroking his chin. Ike's sweat dropped at the scene. It would have made sense if Naruto had some hair on his chin for him to do that. This next move is called the Great Ether, Ike said, cracking his bones. Naruto leaned closer to see the technique. Hey, can you make a shadow clone with flesh and blood? I'll need a target to use for this to work, Ike asked. Naruto nodded and summoned a shadow clone. Ike beckoned the shadow clone over to him. The clone walked over and stood in front of Ike. Now, Naruto, this move takes a lot of energy. And depending on your stamina, it can only be used a certain amount of times, Ike said seriously. Naruto nodded. You need to focus all your energy into your body. Then you will glow with your chakra aura. Then you start the attack by swinging your sword upward. Ike began to glow with blue chakra and slashed his sword upward. The clone was launched off the ground and remained spinning in the air. Ike leaped off the ground and began inflicting heavy strikes and kicks on the clone. The move was so strong that every time Ike landed an attack it sent shock waves around the woods, causing it to shake. Naruto was in awe at his cousin's attack. Not only was he staying airborne in place, but he was unleashing insane power on the clone. Great Ether! Ike roared, finishing the last strike. Ike and the clone still airborne. He clasped the hilt of his sword with both hands and brought one final slash into the clone's stomach. Ike and the clone fell to the ground and landed with an explosion. Dust, dirt, grass, and bits of tree erupted from the ground. Naruto looked up to see his clone shoot out of the dust over the trees and saw it explode in the distance. Ike walked back over to Naruto. Okay, Naruto, summon a clone and try to do the attack Ike instructed. Naruto nodded and stood up, shaking slightly. He summoned a clone and ordered it to stay in front of him. The clone walked over and stood next to the crater left from Ike's attack. Naruto focused his chakra and energy into his body and looked at his clone with a smirk. He ran at his clone and slashed upward with his sword. Team 7 decided to take a break and spy on Naruto's training. Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi walked over and hid in a tree overlooking the field. They saw a crater with smoke rising from the ground. The 3 of them were surprised at the size of the crater. But what caught their attention was Naruto glowing with blue chakra. Kakashi's eye widened as he saw Naruto summon the insane amount of chakra. Team 7 looked as Naruto dashed at his clone and slashed his sword upward. The sword hit the clone, sending it airborne and causing it to stay in place 30 feet above the ground. Naruto leaped up to meet his clone and began to hit the clone with slashes with the sword and some kicks now and then. The group was in awe watching the attack. Not only was Naruto doing a devastating attack, but every hit or slash he inflicted on his clone caused the ground and trees to shake with the insane power. They were brought back to reality with Naruto's voice. Great Ether! Naruto roared as he finished the last slash. Naruto then brought the sword back with both hands and slammed down on his clone's stomach. They fell to the ground and the field exploded, leaving another crater. A geyser of fire erupted from the area Naruto landed. The clone shot into the sky and exploded. The dust, smoke, and debris from the ground and trees were still thick. Finally, after a minute, the smoke cleared and they saw Naruto in a kneeling position with his blade tip in the ground while he was holding it with 2 hands. Team 7 was in awe at the attack. Sasuke was pissed. Naruto was learning that power from Ike and he wasn't. Damn, Kakashi said with awe. Show off, Sakura muttered. I should be learning that. I'm an Uchiha. Why the hell does the dobe get that power? I deserve it, Sasuke spat. If I had to rank that attack, it would be an SS rank, Kakashi whispered. Team 7 walked back to Tazuna's house. It was now sundown and both Sasuke and Sakura mastered the tree climbing. Ike sat there both impressed and jealous. Naruto had mastered the Great Ether in one day. It took Ike a year to do it. Excellent work, Naruto. Ike cheered, clapping Naruto on the back. Naruto tried to stand up but fell to his knees. Ike, do you think you can help me back to Tazuna's house? That attack took a lot of my energy, Naruto asked sheepishly. Ike nodded and wrapped Naruto's arm around his shoulder and helped him back to Tazuna's house. Team 7 and Ike were sitting at the table in Tazuna's house. Tsunami was cooking some dinner. Naruto complimented Tsunami that the dinner smelled delicious. Tsunami blushed red and thanked him with a stutter. Ike raised his eyebrows in amusement. Tsunami's son, Inari, sat there at the table glaring at Naruto. Everyone was eating dinner and having conversations. Naruto's and Ike's discussion was interesting everyone. It involved Naruto asking his ex-sensei if it was possible to control Dark Naruto and his power. Ike said that it shouldn't be a problem, but tampering with such an evil force can corrupt the mind of the user. The dinner went on until Inari slammed his hands on the table. Why are you trying to fight? You're just going to die, Inari yelled. His outburst startled everyone except Naruto and Ike. Eh? Naruto asked, folding his hands together. You won't be able to stand against Gato. He will kill you. The atmosphere in the room became so thick one could cut it. No, he won't, we're ninja. Gato's got nothing on us, Naruto said calmly. Inari had tears build up in his eyes and began to get angry. You're so stupid. Trying to act cool. You don't know what it's like to live a hard life, Inari shouted. There was a deadly silence. Naruto glared up at Inari, his eyes no longer sea blue but blood red with black slits. His canines were barred and he growled angrily. What happened next shocked everyone. Naruto vanished and grabbed Inari by the neck, holding him off the ground with one hand. Inari looked into Naruto's eyes and nearly crapped his pants. You don't think I know what a hard life feels like? Naruto spoke with an icy voice. Everyone winced at the tone. You have no idea what my life was like since I was born. I suggest you shut up or that mouth of yours is going to be the death of you, crybaby, Naruto shouted, dropping Inari on the ground. Inari scuttled back against the wall in fright. Naruto's eyes turned back to normal, and he turned on his heel. Inari ran out of the house into the night. Sakura felt sorry for Inari and rather angry with Naruto for yelling at him. Naruto baka! Look what you did! You made Inari-san cry, you monster! Sakura shrieked. She quickly clamped her hand over her mouth. Naruto began to shake angrily. He turned around and glared at everyone. His eyes replaced with dark Naruto's, half of his face turned shadow black. There was a crack as Naruto unleashed an unhuman amount of killing intent. Everyone in the room gasped and began to feel short of breath. Ike was unfazed by it and kept his cool. Haruno, did anything I tell you about my life stick in that bubble gum brain of yours? Naruto shouted with dark Naruto's voice. Naruto, I'm Sakura, began her voice shaking with fright. Ike walked up to his cousin and put his hand on his shoulder. Naruto calmed down, his eyes returning to normal, his face returned to its normal tunnish white. He clutched his head in pain. He heard a voice in the back of his head shout. Damn it! I almost had control of Naruto-chan. If I took control, she would have been dead instantly. Dark Naruto shouted. Not only did that echo in Naruto's mind, Naruto also said it out loud. Naruto groaned and fell to his knees, holding his head with pain. He was sweating badly, his breath became short. Naruto, Ike said, concerned. He squatted down next to his cousin and put his hand on his shoulder. Naruto flinched and backed away from everyone. Stay away from me! Naruto yelled, his eyes wide with fear. Ike was taken aback by Naruto's reaction. Naruto, are you okay? Ike asked, grabbing a hold on both of Naruto's shoulders. Naruto began flailing around like a fish on land. Get off me! Get away from me! Naruto screamed. Ike didn't want to do it, but he had to calm Naruto down. Ike channeled chakra into his fist and punched Naruto in the stomach. Naruto stopped flailing and fell on his back, sweating like crazy. Ike sighed with relief, but it was short-lived as Naruto began to flail around again. Get away from me! I didn't do anything wrong! Why are you beating me? Naruto yelled as some tears fell down his face. Team 7, Tsunami, Tazuna, and Ike were looking at the blonde in horror. Naruto! Naruto, calm down! Ike shouted, pinning Naruto on the ground. He put Naruto in a headlock. Naruto's flailing stopped again and his eyes closed. Ike knocked him out with the sleeper hold. He released his cousin. Naruto let out a moan as he was released. Ike set Naruto down by the wall, putting a pillow under his head. Ike sighed with relief and sadness. He looked at Sakura angrily, then at Sasuke and Kakashi. What the hell happened to my cousin since I left the village? Ike asked with venom. Team 7 flinched. Don't know. Don't really care, Sasuke muttered. Unfortunately, Ike heard it. Ike slammed Sasuke into the wall like he did this morning, glaring up at Sasuke. You care to repeat that, you little shit? Ike spat, squeezing Sasuke's neck tighter. Sasuke still had the nerve to smirk. Sasuke, don't say anything. If you do, I won't stop Ike from beating some sense into you, Kakashi said sternly. Sasuke laughed. I said don't know, don't really care. What, are you deaf? Sasuke asked with a chuckle. Wrong answer. Ike punched Sasuke across the face, sending him across the room, crashing into the doorway. Sasuke grunted and tried to sit up. Get up! Ike ordered, grabbing Sasuke by his shirt and punching him in the stomach. Sasuke coughed up blood and threw a punch at Ike's stomach. Ike parried the punch and smashed his knee into Sasuke's stomach. Sasuke grunted in pain. Ike lifted Sasuke up from the ground and sat him down in a chair. Sasuke, too dizzy to move, just sat in the chair. Ike took some rope and tied Sasuke to the chair. Sasuke looked up at Ike with a glare. Ike was glaring down at him like a hawk. Now listen here, you little prick, Ike whispered deadly. How about no? Sasuke suggested with a smirk. Ike punched Sasuke across the face. Blood shot out from Sasuke's mouth and onto the floor. No isn't a choice. Now shut your trap and listen to me, Ike spat. Sasuke looked up at Ike and spat some blood on his face. Ike growled and punched Sasuke across the face as hard as he could. The punch connected with Sasuke's cheek. Sasuke was hit so hard the ropes that were binding him snapped off. Sasuke hit the ground with a sickening thud out cold. Kakashi, you need to get his attitude in order, or so help me God, I will destroy your Ike book collection, Ike said seriously. Kakashi gulped and nodded. Ike rounded on Sakura. Sakura was afraid of Ike after what she saw him do to her Sasuke-kun. She looked up at Ike's face only to be met with a deadly glare. Now you, Ike said sternly. Sit down, Ike pointed at a chair. Kakashi picked up Sasuke and set him down in the guest bedroom. He came back to see Tsunami and Tazuna leaving the room. He sat down at the table and decided to listen to Ike's talk with Sakura. Can I just stand up? Sakura asked. Sit down, Ike snapped. Sakura sat down, shaking out of fear. Kakashi sighed. This was going to be a long night. Kakashi, go find Inari and talk with him to see if he's alright, Ike said, pinching the bridge of his nose. Sakura was about to beg Kakashi to stay and not leave her alone with Ike. But Kakashi exited the door quickly. Sakura gulped and looked at Ike. Sakura, do you know what I'm about to talk to you about? Ike asked calmly, sitting across from her, folding his hands under his chin. Sakura nodded quickly. Why yes, Sakura stuttered. Well, you don't, so I'll tell you, Ike said angrily. Sakura looked up confused but decided to listen. Tell me something. Do you remember back on the day you finished the bell test? Ike asked bitterly. Yes, Sakura replied. Do you remember what happened after Kakashi told you to meet at the bridge the next day? No, Sakura lied. She remembered perfectly. It was the day Naruto changed his attitude towards her. You lie, Ike said, slamming his hand down on the table. Sakura jumped. Yes, I remember. I remember, Sakura yelped. Good, Ike said, taking a deep breath. Now, do you remember what my cousin tried to do for you? Ike asked. Yes, Ike smirked. Oh really? Do explain. Well, I asked Sasuke-kun out on a date, and he said yes. Then after he left, Naruto tried to ask me out until I dated him. Ike twitched in anger. Harino. Don't push it. You're lying again, Ike growled. No, I'm not, Sakura squeaked. How dare you? You not only lie poorly, but you still have enough stupidity to lie to my face 3 more times? Ike roared. Sakura shook with fear and tears began to fill up in her eyes. Why are you being so mean? I'm telling you the truth, Sakura lied. God damn it, Sakura, stop lying right now, Ike shouted. Sakura started to sob uncontrollably. Why are you being mean to me? Sakura whimpered. Ike looked at her with twisted rage and disgust. This girl was an insult to all kunoichi. Ike smirked. It was time to put this fangirl in her place. Now you know how my cousin felt after what you said to him, Ike said. Sakura was about to lie again but decided against it. I know what I said, Sakura said, sobbing. I told him he was a nice guy, but I didn't. Ike walked over to Sakura and grasped her face to look at her. One more lie and I will have to slap you silly, Ike hissed. How do you know all of this? Did Naruto Baka tell you? Sakura asked. There was slap that echoed around the quiet house. Do not insult my cousin. And the reason I know all of this is because I was hiding in a tree when this took place. Ike smirked at her face expression. Sakura kept crying and whimpering. I'll tell you since you claim you can't remember, Ike said, releasing Sakura's chin. You said, and I quote, I fucking hate you. Now leave me alone. Ike said, walking over to his chair and sitting down. Sakura hung her head in shame. Every word Ike said was true. I'm sorry, Sakura whimpered. Ike glared at her. Do you think sorry is going to cut it? You broke his heart, Sakura. And don't tell me sorry, tell that to Naruto. Ike spat. He got up, exited the room, and went to sleep. Sakura sat there crying and whimpering. Everything Ike confronted her about was true. But her heart belonged to Sasuke. She sat there for a long time thinking. When Sakura finally looked up, she saw that Naruto was gone. She glanced around trying to find him, only to find the door open ajar. She decided to apologize to Naruto when she saw him again. The sun shined through the windows at Tazuna's house. Everyone was wide awake and sitting at the table eating breakfast. Naruto kept on flirting with Tsunami, causing her to blush every time. Ike chuckled at his cousin's persistence. Sakura would keep looking at Naruto, thinking about how to apologize to him. But every time she looked at him, she saw him flirting with Tsunami, who was blushing like hell. Sakura felt her heart ache. Did Naruto ignore her now because he liked other girls now? Was it because she didn't look beautiful? Or was it because her breasts were too small and her forehead was too large? Either way, Sakura clenched and unclenched her fists. She glanced at Tsunami. She estimated Tsunami to have about a C-cup breast size. Sakura looked down at herself. She was flat-chested since the day she was born. Naruto decided to voice a question that had been on his mind. Kakashi-sensei? Naruto asked. Yeah, what's up? Kakashi asked. You remember that hunter nin that appeared after my fight with Zabuza? Yes. Aren't hunter nins supposed to dispose of the body on sight? Kakashi's eye widened. Naruto was right. Not finding any words, he nodded. Shit, Naruto muttered. That means that the hunter nin is working with Zabuza. Everyone had wide eyes. That means he's had about a week to recover. So we will have to be on guard while we're at the bridge today, Naruto said. Kakashi nodded. Ike patted his cousin on the back. Tazuna, Ike, and Team 7 left the house waving goodbye to Tsunami and Inari. I'll be back, Tsuchan, Naruto said, waving back at them. Tsunami turned brick red. Naruto and Ike laughed. You're quite the ladies' man, Naruto, Ike chuckled, clapping Naruto on the back. Naruto scratched the back of his head sheepishly. The group walked for about 2 miles until Naruto held up his hand to stop them. Someone is coming, Naruto whispered. Get in the bushes, Kakashi instructed. Everyone hid behind the bushes and peered out of them to see who was coming. 2 bandits with swords stopped in the middle of the road. You remember what we need to do? Asked the gray-haired man. Yeah. We kidnap the bridge builder's daughter and hold her hostage, the shirtless one replied. The gray-haired man nodded. Tsuchan, Naruto whispered. Naruto and company hopped out of the bushes as the 2 swordsmen disappeared from sight. Change of plans, Naruto said, turning to the group. Ike, Kakashi, lead the group. Sasuke and Sakura, you guard Tazuna-san, Naruto instructed. Naruto Baka, what are you going to do? Sakura asked, glaring at Naruto. I'm gonna intercept those bastards before they take Tsunami, Naruto said. The group nodded. Why do you care for her so much, Naruto Baka? Sakura hissed. I can't allow her to be killed or we will fail the mission, Naruto said, turning around and walking down the road. It's because you love her, isn't it? Sakura asked angrily. The group looked shocked at Naruto. So what if I do? And I don't think that's any of your concern, Sakura, Naruto replied, walking down the road. He stopped and turned back to the group. I'll catch up with you guys later. If Zabuza comes, leave him to me and Ike, okay? Naruto asked. Kakashi nodded. The group watched as Naruto vanished after the 2 swordsmen. There was silence. Do you think he really loves Tsunami? Tazuna asked the group. Kakashi shrugged, Ike smirked, Sakura was angry, Sasuke scoffed. He might. But I doubt it, she's twice his age, Ike said. He enjoyed Sakura's face expression. Come on, let's get to the bridge. I'm pretty sure Zabuza is waiting for us, Kakashi said, walking towards the bridge. The others followed Kakashi to the bridge. Naruto was standing outside Tsunami's house and watched as the 2 men knocked on the door. Tsunami appeared in the door and tried to shut the door again. The swordsman with white hair opened the door and walked inside to Tsunami's kitchen. Naruto heard Tsunami scream. Those bastards better not have touched her, Naruto spat. Naruto clasped his sword in his hand and hopped onto the roof. He found a steam vent hatch on the roof and opened it quietly. Naruto landed cat-like on the furnace tunnel. He crawled down the vent and found another hatch that overlooked the kitchen. Naruto looked down at the scene progressing under the vent. The swordsman without the shirt spoke. What should we do with her? Well, we need to take her to Gato. But I think we can have some fun with her before he arrives at the bridge, the white-haired man replied. The shirtless man took out his katana and cut open the top of Tsunami's shirt. Tsunami's chest was exposed with a black bra covering her. The white-haired man began to unbuckle his pants. Naruto took the opportunity to attack. Naruto opened the vent and landed silently behind the two swordsmen. He took his sword and stabbed the shirtless one in the back. The sword exited his chest through his lung. The white-haired one turned around in shock. "What the hell? You little brat!" he yelled. Naruto punched him in the stomach and spun around him, grasping his head. There was a crack as Naruto snapped the man's neck. Naruto turned around to see a quivering Tsunami. He pulled out a towel and handed it to Tsunami. Tsunami took the towel and wrapped it around herself. "Tsuchan, you okay?" Naruto asked, gripping her chin gently, and looked into her eyes. Tsunami nodded. Naruto stood up and began to walk away before a hand grabbed his. He turned around to see Tsunami holding his hand. "Tsuchan, what's wrong?" Naruto asked with concern. Tsunami smiled at him. "Naruto-kun, look at me for a moment please," Tsunami said with a blush. Naruto blushed and looked up to Tsunami's face. "Yeah? Is something wr?" Naruto began but was interrupted. Tsunami pulled him into a passionate kiss. Naruto's eyes widened in surprise. Naruto, not sure of what to do, kissed back. Naruto wrapped his arm around her back and his other at the back of her head. Tsunami cupped Naruto's cheek and back. Naruto licked her lower lip for entrance. Tsunami granted it, and they began a tongue battle. They stopped after 3 minutes to catch their breath. Tsunami pulled back from Naruto, her lips tugging at his slightly. Both of them blushing furiously. "Thank you, Naruto-kun," Tsunami said, wrapping the towel around herself more. Naruto, still blushing, nodded. "No problem, Tsuchan," Naruto replied. Naruto was about to exit the house before Tsunami spoke again. "Be careful, Naruto-kun," Tsunami said, winking seductively. Naruto nodded with an insane blush. Naruto walked out of the house with a smile on his face. He shunshined to the bridge and out of sight. Back at the bridge, Team 7, Ike and Tazuna were greeted with a terrible sight. The remaining workers that stayed to build the bridge were laying severely injured. Tazuna ran over to the closest worker. "What the hell happened here?" Tazuna asked the worker. "Tazuna, we were attacked by something." "I didn't see it," the man wheezed. Tazuna was about to question further, but the man passed out from blood loss. There was an evil chuckle that made everyone shiver. Mist began to appear on the bridge. "Everyone get in formation and surround Tazuna," Kakashi said, quickly taking out a kunai. Team 7 surrounded Tazuna, guarding him, prepared to fight. Ike unsheathed his sword and walked a few feet away from the group. "It's been a while," Ike Zabuza's voice echoed around the mist. Ike smirked and let out a chuckle. "Yes, it has been a while, Zabuza," Ike replied. Zabuza chuckled and made a few hand signs. "Where's your cousin Ike?" Zabuza asked. "He's coming. He went and intercepted 2 bandits that were going to kidnap the bridge builder's daughter," Ike said calmly. "I see. Well, they're most likely dead." "Most likely. While we wait for Naruto to get here, Ike, how about I test out those brats?" Zabuza asked. Ike was about to negotiate, but a whole bunch of water clones of Zabuza surrounded Team 7. Sasuke smirked. Kakashi eyed Sasuke and smiled. "Go ahead, Sasuke," Kakashi said. Sasuke destroyed the clones quickly. Zabuza looked at Sasuke from his hiding spot and chuckled. "It seems you have a rival, Haku," Zabuza spoke. Another voice kicked in. It sounded soft and feminine. "It would seem so, Zabuza-san," Haku answered. "Take out the brat," Zabuza ordered. Haku nodded and appeared in front of Sasuke. The group watched as Sasuke and Haku fought. Haku made hand signs and created a crystal mirror prison. Sasuke was trapped in the prison. It was impossible to see what was going on inside the dome of ice. "Sasuke-kun!" Sakura screamed. Sakura began to run towards the mirrors. "No! Shit!" Ike shouted. Ike appeared and grabbed Sakura, dragging her back to the bridge builder. "Don't let your crush on that bastard distract you from your mission, Haruno!" Ike spat. Sakura was about to protest, but Ike glared at her with a "don't fuck with me" look. "Sakura, he's right. Sasuke can handle this. You and I will guard Tazuna while Ike and Zabuza wait for Naruto," Kakashi spoke. Sakura nodded, wanting desperately to help her Sasuke-kun. Zabuza was getting impatient. He wanted Naruto to appear so he can fight him. "Where is that little brat?" Zabuza spoke impatiently. As soon as he said that, there was a small explosion that appeared between Team 7 and Zabuza. The group looked up and saw Naruto with black soot covering his body. He shook off the soot and stared at Zabuza. "Looking for me, no brows?" Naruto mocked. Zabuza twitched and smirked. "Yes, I was growing impatient. And that was quite an amusing entrance there, brat," Zabuza replied. Naruto nodded. "Yeah, well, I would have gotten here sooner, but I was taking care of something," Naruto said. Sakura, Tazuna, Kakashi, Ike, and Zabuza looked at Naruto, who had a blush on his face. "Naruto, let me and Ike take care of this. You go and help Sasuke," Kakashi said. Ike held up a hand to Kakashi. "No. Me and Naruto will take care of this. You go help the prick," Ike said. Kakashi nodded and shunshined into the arena to help Sasuke. Sakura and Tazuna were looking at Naruto. Why was the kid blushing? Tazuna asked, knowing he probably won't like the answer. Sakura was twitching with rage. I think the baka and your daughter had a bit of an intimate moment, Sakura spat. Tazuna went wide-eyed and then smiled. I hope he enjoyed himself, Tazuna chuckled. Sakura looked at Tazuna in shock. What? Sakura shrieked. Tazuna shook his head. Nothing. Nothing, Tazuna said. Zabuza unsheathed his sword and held it at the ready. Ike unhooked his cape and shoulder pad. Naruto stood ready to fight. The pair of them drew their swords and stared down Zabuza. Zabuza ran at Ike and Naruto. Ike and Naruto ran at Zabuza. Naruto reached Zabuza first with a slash. Ike gave a slash of his own towards Zabuza's head. Zabuza parried both attacks and struck at Ike. Naruto brought his blade down and blocked Zabuza's attack before it reached Ike. Zabuza blocked it and shoved Naruto back. Ike and Naruto were pushing Zabuza back to a tower on the bridge. Zabuza, not wanting to get boxed in back, flipped and landed onto the wall of the tower. He smirked down at them. They were glaring at him with rage. What can't hit me? Zabuza taunted. As soon as he said that, he felt someone behind him. Zabuza blocked an attack that came from Ike. Naruto ran up the tower, pumping chakra into his feet. Zabuza saw Naruto at the corner of his eye and flipped onto a platform that connected to the tower. Ike and Naruto flipped after him. The fight kept on pushing Zabuza back. Now the three of them were on the third story of the tower. The third story had bridge cables and another bridge that connected to another tower on the other side of the bridge. Zabuza glared at them with bared teeth. Naruto faked a strike and swerved around Zabuza, while Ike did an actual attack. Naruto flipped to Zabuza's rear and slashed at Zabuza. The three of them were now in the middle of the third story bridge connecting to the opposite tower. Zabuza saw an opening and parried Naruto's strike. Naruto's sword flew out of his hand and over to the edge. He quickly ran to get his blade but slipped at the edge. Naruto lost balance and fell from the third story. Naruto quickly grabbed the edge of the bridge with both hands. His sword landed with a clang on the bridge. Ike delivered a punch across Zabuza's face. The two of them continued their fight. Naruto regained strength and pulled himself onto the bridge. He grabbed his sword and looked up to find Ike and Zabuza. Zabuza was running down the bridge with Ike in hot pursuit. Naruto pumped all his chakra into his legs and ran. He flipped onto the third bridge landing and ran to rejoin the fight. Ike, noticing he needed a quick rest, made a hand sign and a shield of fire surrounded Ike. Ike closed his eyes. Naruto came to a halt as he saw Ike regaining strength. Zabuza eyed the shield of fire and touched it with his sword. His blade became overheated and began to burn his hand. Zabuza quickly pulled his blade away from the fire. Better not touch it, Zabuza thought. Meanwhile, Kakashi and Sasuke had knocked out Haku and tied her up. Sasuke had awoken the Sharingan during the fight. He was eager to copy Naruto's techniques. Kakashi and Sasuke regrouped with Tazuna and Sakura. Sasuke-kun, you're okay. Sakura screamed, glomping him. Sasuke twitched and noticed Naruto and Ike weren't there. Where's the dobe and Ike? Sasuke asked, looking around. They're both fighting Zabuza on the third-story bridge, Tazuna said, pointing up at them. Let's go, Sasuke said. The group ran up the tower stairs and appeared on the third-story bridge. The group began to run to help Naruto and Ike. Ike sensed that Team 7 and Tazuna were coming to help. Ike wanted Naruto and himself to end this fight. Ike released the fire shield and began to fight Zabuza again. Naruto took his chance and ran to the fight. Just as he was about to join the fight, he felt pain in his leg. Naruto looked down and noticed his leg had a long cut on it. Must have happened when I fell off the bridge, Naruto thought, putting pressure on his leg. Team 7 and Tazuna were on the bridge across from Naruto. The group watched as Zabuza and Ike were clashing swords like crazy. Naruto was watching the fight and a feeling of dread came to him. He noticed Ike was slowing down. Apparently Zabuza noticed this too. Ike brought his sword down for a crush. But it would never come, he moved too slow. Zabuza took the opportunity and parried Ike's attack with the flat edge of the blade. Ike's guard bounced up, Zabuza lunged a stab. The stab connected with Ike's stomach. Ike's eyes widened in shock. Naruto watched with wide eyes. No! Naruto cried. Ike fell to his knees. Zabuza withdrew his blade from Ike's body. Ike's body fell to the floor and he rolled onto his back. Team 7 and Tazuna watched in shock as Ike fell. Naruto watched with a horrified expression and looked at Zabuza with hate. Zabuza smirked at him and laughed. First death, kid? Get used to it. You'll be joining him soon, Zabuza yelled. Naruto shook with rage and shot extreme killer intent at Zabuza. Zabuza was shocked at Naruto's killing intent and smirked. Seems I struck a nerve with you, kid, Zabuza said with a smirk. The barriers faded away. Zabuza didn't even notice Naruto attack him. Zabuza was shocked at the boy's power boost. He growled and continued to push against Naruto. Naruto overpowered Zabuza and slashed at him. The slash connected with Zabuza's triceps. Zabuza grunted in pain. He tried to move his arm but found it paralyzed. Damn brat. Zabuza spat. Zabuza swung at Naruto's feet. Naruto hopped over the blade, which was a bad move. Zabuza kicked Naruto in the chest. Naruto flipped and fell off the platform. Naruto's sword landed in front of Zabuza. Naruto was holding onto a bar with his hands. Zabuza looked at Naruto's sword. He kicked Naruto's blade off the platform. Fuck, Naruto whispered. Team 7 was worried about Naruto. He was hanging on to life, literally. Zabuza was looking down at Naruto. Zabuza slashed at the top of the platform. Zabuza, not wanting to waste energy, tried to make Naruto fall by tricking him with an attack. I can't hang on much longer, Naruto grunted. He looked in the direction where Ike was laying. He noticed Ike's blade was still at his feet. Naruto narrowed his eyes. He glared up at Zabuza and snarled. Zabuza smirked. This is the end for you, kid, Zabuza said, swinging his sword on the platform. Naruto glanced at Ike's blade. Zabuza hadn't noticed it was still there. Naruto closed his eyes and focused his chakra. Got to focus my chakra to the sword, Naruto thought. Ike's sword twitched and began to move across the floor silently. The blade hovered in the air silently behind Zabuza. Good, haunting blade success. Now. Devil's sting! Naruto roared in his mind. There was a sickening squelch as the sword pierced Zabuza's body from behind. Blood shot out and covered Naruto's shirt, and some splattered on his face. Naruto clambered back onto the landing and pulled Ike's sword out of Zabuza. Zabuza gave a cough and grunted. He fell over the platform. There was a splash as Zabuza's body hit the water, never to be seen again. Naruto limped over to his cousin and pulled him up into a sitting position. Ike opened his eyes and looked up at a blood-stained Naruto. I'm sorry, Naruto. I won't be able to help you become Hokage, Ike whispered. Naruto shook his head, tears building up in his eyes. No, Naruto choked. Ike felt death coming and needed to tell Naruto something. Naruto, Ike rasped. Naruto looked down at his soon-to-be-dead cousin. Yeah, Ike? Naruto asked. There's something you need to know. Naruto nodded for him to continue. Team 7 and Tazuna came to Naruto and Ike. Naruto, you are the only one who can put the shinobi world back in balance, Ike whispered so only Naruto could hear. Why me? Naruto asked. Ike shook his head. That I don't know. But there are two more things you must know. Naruto nodded again. First, you have bloodline that has been extinct for hundreds of years. Second, you have a brother who has awoken his bloodline. Ike coughed. Naruto looked at Ike wide-eyed. Ike, what's the bloodline and what's my brother's name? Naruto asked. I can't tell you your bloodline, it's not my place. But I'm sure the Hokage will tell you. Naruto nodded. Your brother's name is Nagato. Ike coughed again. Ike closed his eyes and released his final breath. Ike? Ike! Ike! Naruto shouted. Naruto raised his fist and began to pound Ike's chest to revive him. Kakashi walked over to Naruto and put his hand on his shoulder. Naruto, Kakashi said, trying to get him to listen. Naruto continued beating Ike's chest. Kakashi pulled Naruto off of Ike. Naruto had some tears falling down his face. Naruto slammed Ike's sword onto the platform. God damn it! Why can't I just have a fucking chance? Naruto yelled, shaking with rage. There came a laugh on the bridge behind the group. There stood a squat fat little man in a suit, black glasses, a cane, with a smirk on his face. It seems Zabuza failed to kill you, bridge builder, the man spoke. The man had hundreds of men standing by him. Naruto looked at the man with hate. Ah well. I wasn't going to pay him anyway. He was gonna take a lot of money, the man continued. What do you want, Gato? Asked Tazuna. Naruto's head snapped up. This man was Gato? This man is the cause for Ike's death? Naruto had hate boiling in him. I'm here to finish you off. And loot the village, killing everyone. Gato replied with a laugh. Naruto walked in front of the group. You're Gato? Naruto asked. His rage was being contained by a thread. The man laughed. No, I'm his mother. Of course I'm Gato. Gato snapped. You're the one who took the life of my cousin? Naruto said with venom. Gato raised his eyebrows. What the hell are you talking about? Gato asked. Gato looked in the direction Naruto was pointing. His eyes landed on a spiky blue-haired teenager. Gato smirked. If that is Ike of Konohagakure, then yes. That's another reason I hired Zabuza. So he could kill your cousin. Gato laughed. Naruto shook with rage. Kakashi knew this was going to end badly. Shut up. Naruto spat with hate. Gato glared at the boy in front of him. No. I took care of that weakling, so I'm going to enjoy by laughing, Gato replied as he continued his laugh. You fucking piece of shit. Naruto spat. Gato looked at the boy. What did you call me, you little brat? Gato snapped. Naruto looked up at Gato with red eyes with black slits. Gato flinched and backed away with fear. You took that last bit of my remaining family away from me, Naruto began. Gato watched with horror as the boy's eyes turned ruby red, half of his face turned shadow black. Naruto looked up at Gato with malice and shot inhuman killer intent. Gato's breath became restrained. He ran behind his men like the coward he is. Kill him! Gato barked. Naruto smirked. Naruto summoned 5 shadow clones. Deal with the bandits. Leave Gato to me, Naruto hissed. The clones nodded and began to knock out the bandits. Gato was now sweating, shaking, horrified, and shitting his pants. The boy in front of him was going to kill him. Naruto dashed at Gato and stood in front of him. Please don't kill me. I will give you all my money. I'll leave the wave country alone. Gato begged. You dare bribe me? Naruto yelled. Gato gasped as he was lifted off the ground by his neck. I'm going to fucking kill you, Naruto spat icily. Naruto took out a kunai and lodged it in Gato's heart. Gato gasped as he was released, blood soaking his suit. Die! Naruto roared. Naruto picked Ike's sword up and swung it at Gato's head. There was a sickening crunch that made Team 7 wince and gag. Naruto had cut Gato's head clear off his body. Gato's head bounced against the tower like a pinball and landed at Naruto's feet. Team 7 and Tazuna looked at Naruto with horror. Not only did he knock out hundreds of bandits with just 5 clones, but he also killed the man who put the wave country into poverty. Naruto's eyes turned blue, the shadow vanished from his face. He fell to his hands and knees. He vomited at the sight of Gato's dislodged head. Naruto wiped the trickle of vomit from his mouth and clambered back slightly. He was shaking badly. Team 7 and Tazuna walked up to Naruto and surrounded him with concern. They saw Naruto lift his hands up as he looked at them. His hands were bloody, blistered and torn. What's happening to me? Naruto asked himself. Kakashi put his hand on Naruto's shoulder to comfort him. There was a glow of white light coming from Ike's corpse. Team 7 and Tazuna turned around. They gasped as Ike's body vanished in a flash of white light. All that remained was Ike's headband and clothes. Naruto ran over to his cousin's remains and picked them up. As Naruto picked up Ike's headband, lava-like stone appeared in front of them. There came a godly voice that Naruto had heard the first time he fought Zabuza. Young hero. It's time to begin your destiny, the voice spoke softly. Naruto looked around trying to find the voice as was everyone else. Naruto-kun. Grab the stone in front of you, the voice instructed. Naruto raised a shaking hand and paused. He got over his concern and snatched it from the air. There was a red flash as the stone disappeared. Naruto felt a surge of power rush in his veins. Young hero. There are 2 more stones you need find. Once you find the other 2, you must head to the sacred grounds outside Konohagakure. Naruto nodded in understanding. The voice spoke again. Naruto-kun. The locations of the remaining stones are in Konoha itself, and the land of wind, the voice spoke. Who are you? Naruto asked. There was silence until Naruto asked again. Who are you? You said when I finished the mission you would tell me your name, Naruto said calmly. I did promise you that, didn't I, Naruto-kun? The voice laughed. Naruto smiled. I'll tell you this. You don't know, Meth voice continued. Naruto had a puzzled expression on his face. Are you ready? Naruto nodded. There was a flash of light as everyone was blinded. Naruto was the first to recover. He looked at the figure in front of him and gasped. Team 7 and Tazuna regained composure, and their eyes widened with shock. Who are you? Naruto gasped. The woman giggled. She stood there with a pair of white wings, a white dress, and looked beautiful. Her curves filled perfectly. Naruto blushed fiercely as he looked at the woman. Kakashi stood there wide-eyed with a trickle of blood coming down his nose. Who are you? Naruto asked. My name is Kira, the woman replied. She was no older than Naruto and was stunningly beautiful. So you're the guardian of this stone then? Naruto asked. Kira nodded. So does that mean there are 2 more guardians? 1 for each stone? Naruto asked. She nodded and walked over to Naruto. Naruto had tears stream down his face slightly. Kira squatted down to eye level with Naruto. What's wrong, Naruto-kun? Kira asked, concerned. Ike's dead, Naruto sobbed. Kira hugged Naruto. It's okay, Naruto. Although he died, he's always with you, Kira spoke softly. Naruto nodded as if it was obvious. Yeah. You're right, Naruto said, whipping the tears off his face. I'll make sure he's alright, Kira assured. Naruto became confused but understood what she meant. Thanks, Kira-chan, Naruto smiled. Kira blushed. I guess you could use a new sword, Kira said. Kira held out her hands. There was a crackle and a loud snap. Kira now held a long sword. It had a blue hilt with an horizontal guard. The blade was blue with a silver edge overlapping the blade. Naruto's jaw dropped. Is that for me? Naruto asked. Kira nodded and handed the blade over to Naruto. Naruto grabbed the blade's hilt and felt it surge with power. Naruto, this blade is strong. It is indestructible and deadly, Kira said, enjoying Naruto's wide-eyed look. She handed Naruto a long blue sheath with yellow studs. Naruto sheathed his blade and strapped it to his back. The name of the sword is the Shadowren Long Blade, Kira continued. Naruto bowed to Kira. Thanks so much, Kira-chan, Naruto said with a smile. He turned to walk away. Wait. I'm not finished with the gift, Kira said quickly. Naruto turned around to find her at eye level. Naruto felt a blush creep on his face. Kira pressed her lips against his. Naruto's eyes went wide as he kissed back. The kiss lasted for a minute before Kira pulled back, smiling at Naruto. Her lips tugged at his as she pulled away. Naruto was in a daze as his brain tried to process what happened. Kira stood up and backed away. Farewell, Naruto, Kira spoke. There was a flash of light and Kira vanished. Team 7 and Tazuna looked at Naruto with shock. Naruto shook his head with a blush on his face. He straightened his headband and turned around. Kakashi looked at Naruto with a glint of glee. Sasuke scoffed at Naruto. Sakura was raging mad. Naruto had been kissed by another girl. Or in this case a woman. She didn't know why she was so mad at Kira. But why did it hurt to see Naruto kiss her? Sakura's fists were clenched with anger. Naruto stood at the stairs that led out of the tower. He turned around and gave his foxy grin. Hey, are you guys coming or not? It's time to go home, Naruto called. Tazuna and Team 7 walked down the stairs with Naruto. As they reached the bottom, they saw the entire village waiting at the tower base. Inari stood in front of the villagers with a crossbow. The villagers also had various weapons such as rakes, shovels, sticks, and more. Naruto, Inari greeted. Naruto smiled at Inari. Hey Inari, what's up? Naruto asked. A hero always shows up at the last second, Inari cheered. Team 7 stood in front of the villagers on the now completed bridge. The villagers were saying goodbye and their thanks for helping them. Inari, Haku, Tsunami, and Tazuna stood in front of the villagers. Well, this is goodbye, Kakashi said with his eye smile. You'll come back and visit, won't you? Inari asked, his voice cracking. We will, Inari. And it's okay to cry, Naruto replied, his voice cracking also. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not a crybaby, Inari protested. Neither am I, Naruto shouted. The two of them turned away, tears flowing down their faces. Team 7 turned around and began to walk down the bridge. Tsunami, Tazuna, Haku, and Inari watched them leave along with the village. Father? Tsunami asked. HM? Tazuna turned to his daughter. We need a name for the bridge, Tsunami said matter-of-factly. Tazuna thought for a while and came up with the name. He smirked not only because of it but because of the teasing he could do. We'll call it the Great Naruto Bridge, Tazuna exclaimed. Tsunami giggled. Why did you name it that? Tsunami asked. Her father smirked at her. What? Do you not want it named after your boyfriend? Tazuna asked with a smirk. Tsunami blushed lightly and bonked her father on the head. Team 7 was almost to the end of the bridge until Naruto broke the silence. Ah man! When we get back to Konoha, I am gonna get some good Ichiraku ramen, Naruto yelled. Yeah, it feels good going home after almost a month, huh? Kakashi asked, turning a page in his book. Sakura turned to Sasuke. Sasuke-kun, do you want to go on a date with me? Sakura asked for the 10th time that day. Naruto and Kakashi shook their heads and looked at each other with a smirk. Naruto held up 3 fingers to Kakashi and counted down. 3, 2, 1. No. You're annoying, Sasuke said again. Sakura hung her head. Oh. Okay, Sakura replied with a fake smile. Naruto walked in front of the group and pulled out Ike's sword. Hey guys, you go on ahead, I'll catch up, Naruto said, walking over to the side of the road. The group looked at him and continued walking. They turned around to see what Naruto was doing. They saw Naruto walk over to a shaded area. He stabbed his cousin's sword in the ground so it stuck up straight. Naruto then took his cousin's headband and hung it on the hilt. He finished by putting a flower by the sword. Naruto closed his eyes and bowed his head. Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura looked at Naruto, feeling sorry for him. Be at peace, Ike, Naruto spoke. He finished with a hand sign and slammed his hand on the ground. There was a rumble as the tip of the sword that was in the ground was surrounded by a grave marker. Naruto bowed at the grave and turned around. He found his teammates a little down the road. Naruto put his iPod on and walked to the front of the group. As he looked up to the sky, he smiled. The feeling of returning home and a nice break after a mission well done. But little did Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura know they would be in another adventure upon being home. What if Naruto has harem with Ino and Temari? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel, And leave a like if you guys need the next part, comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.